That's real.
Mm.
That's real, actually.
Oh, hey, lovelies. How you doing? Oh, I forgot to do stuff with the lighting. Hang on. Let me... Let me do a thing real quick. I need to turn some lights on. And others off. Hang on a second. Yeah, welcome to our weekly nerd shit. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, I don't need it.
Okay, just giving you a chance to hit that light over there if you did.
Ah. Yay.
Oops. Oh, shoot.
Well, that keeps falling.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's not ideal. It was meant to be a temporary measure. I need to replace it at some point. Give me a second. Of course this had to happen. Of course. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Possibly, I will let you know.
Okay.
There. I'm hoping that keeping it tight like this will do the job. Sorry about that. There's always some sort of technical issue. Alright, my absolute lovelies, how are all of you doing tonight? I hope it's a wonderful day for you. I've got my, lovelies joining us very soon. Got that ready, and that ready, and that ready. Hooray. Alright. I know, this shirt is kind of silly, but like, come on. It's a pretty great shirt. Alright. We've got that ready, and we've got that ready. So, for those of you who are just going to be joining us during the campaign tonight, aside from the very obvious, welcome, we also have some very fun stuff going on. Hmm. Mm. I am an absolute fucking chaos gremlin. Ah. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Alright, we've got big story stuff to do. Hmm.
Alright, you know what? I think that's enough time. We're gonna undeafen ourselves on Discord in case any of our players show up, but overall, I think we're about ready to get shit started. Also, while I have you all here, I'm gonna do a thing real quick, so you all can keep me company for it while I do. I've got a thing I want to try and adjust a little bit. What we're gonna do. Yeah, hang on. Let's see here. I'm looking for one of these. Also, I don't really need that to be there, so we're just gonna, But also, let's see here. I need a new, where are you? A window capture. Amazing. Alright, so, give me a second, everybody. I'm just, getting this ready. Now, there's a reason we're doing things the way we are. Hang on, hang on. There we are. That ought to make that just a wee bit bigger. I feel like I should have done this earlier, and I know that, but, like, I had other shit going on, so, meh, I'm not sorry. Alright, there's that. That should give you all a bigger view of what's going on, with it's being a bit more zoomed in. Hooray. Players have tested their stuff out for what's coming, which is always fucking fabulous. Alright, I think that's gonna be good. Amazing. That's probably fine, right? We'll make adjustments as needed. But yeah. I'm excited. Hope all of you are too. Why, hello there, Waffle. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. How you doing? We've got about 14 more minutes before the rest of my players show up, and then we get the show on the road, and we get to have all kinds of nerdy fun. It is very much a homebrew world, though, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. How's it going? Great. I think I have just about everything I'm gonna need ready. Could be wrong. I think I've got everything ready. We will see. I'm very much excited for what my players are going to get up to. Alright. And then once this nerd stuff is done, we'll be switching over as well to enjoy our spicier side of the fun. Why you also... Yeah, that should already be exported. Why is that not exported? And where the... Oh, that's where you found me, huh? The spicy stuff? Well, we'll get to the spicy stuff after the D&D session is done. So, look forward to that afterwards. But for now, we've got to tell some nerds what to do for about 3.5 hours. So, feel free to take pleasure out of seeing about how mean I am. And hi, Gald. I see you there. We do have the voice chat set up, so my players are going to be able to join us whenever they're ready. We've got 12 minutes until start time. I'm excited. For those of you who are wondering, this very, very homebrew world is something that I would like to use for all of my campaigns that I run in the future. But, and this is where the big but comes in. I know how we feel about big buts here. It does require me to finish this first campaign, because this is literally meant to be in what Lord of the Rings fans would refer to as the First Age. This is literally the beginning of creation. This is all of the shit is new. So... not even the gods know what they're doing half the time, which is very much intentional design, because my world doesn't actually have gods yet. I do faith in weird ways. That's an entirely separate ramble. Because as far as I'm concerned, and I'm mostly just rambling to fill up space while we wait the 11 more minutes for my players to get the fucking voice chat. The way I tend to run the Divine is they are entities created by and empowered by faith. Like, there's a reason why in standard Sword Coast 5th edition D&D lore, the most powerful god is the god of farming. Literally, everyone prays to a god of the harvest. Shantaea is by far the undisputed most powerful fucking god of the Pantheon. You don't fuck with Shantaea. People know better than that. Because everyone needs Shantaea. But she's also not a god who flexes that kind of power on the regular. It's a fun fact. We've got 10 minutes for my nerds to get in here, and then we get to get started with recap. I am so excited. Lust is one that gets prayed to a lot. Yeah, no, there are universal constants. The need to eat, and the need for most species to be able to reproduce in some way. those are powerful forces in their own right. But if you don't have people praying to that need, no one's going to be able to respond. And gods gain their power by the people who believe in them. At least that's how I run things. New phone, who dis? Bitch, you know exactly who dis is. Man, I could go on to extremely long rants about the technical side of DMing things like Celestials. Not gonna... I'm trying not to get into that. I have to focus on what I'm doing to my players for the next few hours. Which is to say, a world that does not yet have gods, but very well might in the future. And, I'm excited. Sadly empty, but still a nice cup. Always remember to hydrate, my lovelies. Alright, so we have a very fun session coming up because for those of you wondering, and we're gonna get into this with the recap, the end of last session was what happens when your players bum rush a boss fight without any preparation. This is to say, shit got tight. Yes, Hestian does like it tight. No one is surprised by this. Let's see here, 6 minutes left. So what you're telling me, Gald, is when it comes to Hessian, his response is usually, "Are you going to make me do that? Because at this point I could go both ways." As could I, Lord Frieza. I know, I'm a nerd, I'm not sorry. Oh, I can't wait for D&D. Oh, I love doing this shit. I genuinely really do. And he can resize if he needs to. That is why I love that with my world. Changelings, or in, as we refer to them, children of void in my world, are inherently both pansexual and gender fluid people, because they can literally change their entire bodies to look like whatever the fuck they want. Gender is not a concept with changelings. They give no fucks about it. They can take it in all kinds of ways. There could be... I mean, the pansexuality of the changelings does include everybody. So they can absolutely go full Ken doll if they really want to, then hang out with asexual people. They're very much about the soul. Like, I'm sure I'm sure there are. Actually, hang on. Let me. Do I still have it? I do. I have Discord muted. All right, hang on. Let's fix that. The thing is with changelings, because of how they are designed to be in my world inherently, they can have completely asexual relationships, and it doesn't matter to them because for the majority of them, it's like it's the soul, it's the person. That is what they are attracted to in the truest sense, because they are referred to as children of void, and void represents that which is without form, the soul, space, time, magic, shit like that.
They can also not be attracted to anyone.
They could absolutely be just like, no, sex just don't
It
interest
does
me.
make them not pansexual.
Well, here's
I
the
understand
thing.
what you're trying to say.
Well, like, here's the thing. Whether or not someone is asexual is very much dependent on the person, and we don't want to take that away from a character or the
If
person.
you mean as a species, maybe.
As I'm referring to as a
Although, yes.
species. As a
Okay.
species, they are inherently gender fluid and pansexual because the physical form means so little to them that they can work with just about anything.
So in other words, half them are going to try to fuck dragons. Got it.
Some of them might.
I'm certain some of them will.
And I'm certain
Aw.
there's people who are not changelings who are going to try to fuck dragons too.
I know one changeling that's trying to fuck literally anything that breathes and can consent.
and a few things that don't breathe but can still consent.
Yes. By the way, you might want to just in case, you might want to have a replacement dick of some kind available to you.
That or he gets in good with the dove of medicine, who is like, shh, did you
Oh, you're
seriously
right.
melt your dick off? Fine, I'll fix it.
You're right.
Just fuck it, bitch. Hand me the orb, snap my fingers, you have your dick back. Stop fucking it up.
All right, I'm significantly less
Hi, that is so crazy to hear.
Right? No, out of context, the shit that goes on with my campaign. So goddamn weird.
Also heard something about
Joe.
gender fluid.
Yeah, the changelings in my D&D homebrew setting are inherently pansexual and gender fluid as a species because they can literally look like anything and change their parts to whatever they want.
Oh, love that for them.
So-
Oh, it's
I can too. They're not special.
Yeah, you see, they can do it as an action. You require an
They can do it
operation and
without
several
having-
months of recovery.
Yeah, they
all right.
They can
They're
snap
gonna
a
have to do
finger
it.
and make it happen. They could go. They
have
could
to
snap a
pay
finger
for it.
and go from having one to either to both to none. It's just like done.
There's something else.
I mean,
Now I've got it. Now I've
like, they
snap
can
a finger.
literally
Now I've
make-
got a 12-inch dick. Well, look at what I can do.
well, they can also just make shit up. Just kind
They
of be
can.
creative with it.
So long as it's within a reasonable extent of humanoid capabilities and possibility, they could basically look like whatever the fuck they want. It's like you could have like tiefling horns on an orc head and have like a weird wavy, wacky waving inflatable arm waving tube man dick going on if you wanted to.
Or if you just want to be brutal, you could just go with a Minotaur dick.
You could,
All right,
or
it's 8:30.
or you could just have none at all. Where are the rest of my fucking nerds?
Just
It's
straight up give
8:30.
Where are
up.
the rest of the fucking nerds?
Right, where are my nerds? I need my nerds. How am I supposed to tell nerds what to do if they're not here? Oh, say nerds.
Oh my god.
How dare you be on time on the dot?
It's for the best. Trust me.
I feel like there's
Uh,
an obvious joke where I just look at you all and in person through the camera and go, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Hello there.
God, I'm a nerd. I'm assuming no one else got the reference to the room.
No, we got it. We got it.
I know the reference.
Trust
Okay.
me, we got it.
Okay,
We're all
fabulous.
degenerates here. Thank you.
Shock.
Although,
Shock and
you have to be a
awe.
degenerate to... You know what, never mind. Don't answer that question.
Don't worry
Well,
about it. So,
I
unfortunately, before we get into things, because we do need to get into recap in a moment, bit of housekeeping, both for the players and for everyone watching. We will not, unfortunately, be having Atlas joining us tonight. He is busy with school. Living on the other side of the planet tends to have that effect. Kriara is going to be busy for the foreseeable future because, unfortunately, when you are, a person whose job is in educating children, sometimes that affects your goddamn schedule.
How dare people have lives?
I know. How
I don't
rude.
think he has a life. I think he just has a job. I think there's a difference between
Sorry, I'll
having
reiterate.
a life and needing to pay food.
I'll reiterate.
Pay food.
How dare people have things other to do than play video games with people online?
Honestly, the nerve.
In order to play video games with people online. That's that's what I'm doing right now. Every time I sit down to play video games with people, I grab food. So, that's a prerequisite for me, at least.
Alright, well, all joking aside, getting back to the main point, unfortunately, like I said, we will be very much lacking in a couple of people, but given the nature of what I expect to be happening this session, I think we will be okay to continue without it. So,
I think we should travel to the next boss.
first you gotta figure out who the next boss is. Good luck
Just
with
go
fucking
right
that
now.
one.
We'll find them.
I think some of our party members look like shit right now.
I think
Hestian looks like refried shit on the side of the road that's been left out for a couple of weeks.
you
I
bum
just
rushed a
got here.
boss without any prep time. What did you think was gonna fucking happen? Do you think he was gonna take it easy on you?
We carved him out. Who cares?
Yeah, speaking of, let's see here. Who was on recap last time? I believe it was Hestian. Which,
Sure as
if
hell weren't me.
I'm remembering correctly, it was, that means it would be Vinkosh who is up next.
Vinny.
Okay, so all that really happened was we kicked the boss's ass, and that's about it.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You want
There
to,
really wasn't much else there.
12 inches deep inside him.
you want to
There's a lot
elaborate
of-
on what led up to it or what happened after at all?
Honestly, nothing happened after.
Yeah,
Oh,
nothing
yes, it
happened
did.
after.
Something did happen after, but I'd rather our DM reiterate it.
Well,
Well, as far as I'm aware, nothing happened. Like, we went late and had to end it after killing the boss.
so,
It was really quickly said, Gunthar's flames turned slightly different color, and the item that I've been working on shot out of my person, off my person, and collided with the thing, and did something that I was too fucking tired to remember.
Womp womp.
That's probably not important.
It's
yeah,
yeah.
totally.
It's
So,
fine.
So, getting into it. We're going to begin today's session with where we left off. As you defeated this creature, this entity, Nak Nol Farukt. Excuse me. Nak Nol Farukt. The orb that Zara you have been working on, you've been holding off on it putting in any more void energy from the various essences to power this thing, because every time you have tried to without completing it, there has been a severe risk of it exploding. However, in the moment of Naknol Varuk's defeat, it flies out of your bag directly towards Naknol Varuk as he is in his last moment of breathing. And you watch as, in a moment that is instantaneous but feels like an eternity, this slime-like entity is absorbed completely, swallowed and consumed by the orb you have been working on. There's a flash of blinding light. You are all completely unable to see for a moment, but it ends just as quickly as it began, and you see where Naknol Varuk's body once was. The orb sits, floating in the middle of the air, just above the ground, right in front of your faces, and it is glowing, and it is active. active, and you do not know what it has become.
Give me 1 second. I check something.
Okay.
I agree, no hit points because I lost none.
Oh yeah, we.
Let's go home.
I'm gonna. There he goes. I'm gonna fly down. I don't remember where the boss was. I'm gonna guess it was here.
It was
here,
about
yeah.
here
It was
when we last
here-ish.
left off.
And I'm gonna. Is this thing just floating in the air?
It is flowing and glowing, and there are like sparks of arcane energy that loosely look like they resemble arcs of lightning coming out of it and going back in. The thing is live.
Bar picks up a
Arcane?
little piece for herself.
Roll me an Arcana.
Prasinga.
Ooh.
That was to GM. I'm sorry. 21.
It was to GM, but I do see it. With a 21, as you approach this thing and you're studying this, you have this... It feels almost instinctual understanding, Zara, that Naknovarut didn't just absorb something's memories, because their memories are part of the soul. And so, when it was stealing things' memories, it was stealing parts of their souls, entire souls, if it actually, like, consumed whatever it was that it ate. But, even if they didn't die, it was still getting parts of their souls in the consumption. And it used this to empower itself tremendously. Not just taking their life essence, but the very memory and the very soul. It had so much soul contained within it that when Naknovarut was defeated, the cascading energy, the vast aura of raw void essence inside that had formed together was so much that the orb was pulled towards it. There was so much void that that single entity was powerful enough to complete the orb floating in front of you.
So it attracted it like a magnet.
Well, pretty much.
Not saying that in character. I don't even know why I was in the voice.
I was gonna say.
I mean, even if that was in character, that wouldn't be wrong. The fact is, you have an almost instinctual understanding of what has just happened, where you're looking at this thing, and you haven't even touched this thing, but seeing how it is responding to just raw magical energy, you're pretty sure whatever this thing does is it is capable of supercharging spells.
With that 21, what I know, it's safe to handle.
With a 21, you would want to be very careful holding it if you're channeling any magic through it. But, like, it shouldn't hurt you when you touch it. Should being the operative word. There's no true certainty with what just happened. This thing is brimming with active arcane energy in a way that is almost like a self-looping and amplifying.
I hate that.
I'm going to look at Atlas and I'm going to tell him, go summon Pebble again. We're going to have to get back to the Dove, who I've just now realized we never got their name, but then again, every time we've met some of them, they
Hestian
never
got it.
had one.
Hestian got it, I think.
Hestian did get it if he'd like to input and share.
I'm trying to find it in my notes.
Do you need a
I'm
reminder?
going to keep talking. Does anyone need... does anyone still feel the after effects of that thing? It looked like it was hitting you hard. He says, untouched. It feels bad.
Honestly, I would know.
Estian just leans up against the rock he leaned up against at the end of the fight. I would honestly say I could use a drink.
I forgot what its name was for a bit there, but I remember it now.
I just DM'd you,
It
DM.
feels weird.
I think that's the name.
Hang on, let me see here. No, that is not the name.
Oh, well, that's what I wrote down.
Well, you are incorrect. The name, I could give me a history check to see if you remember it.
Oh, I have to remember something from earlier today.
It was technically probably
Yeah, it was a few days ago.
actually.
Yeah.
It
And
was.
we've been busy with massive slime dragons and this
And
fucker.
not dying and such.
You
I don't
talking
have
with the
advantage
boss
on that.
constantly.
No, I will say a 13 is enough to remember a name. You have received. You're gonna take that name and you're gonna like it.
I'm going to write that down
Incredible.
in my notes of note keeping. I need a different. You know what? Can Hestian have found a book that's empty on the ground? Because I got a really cool book that I'd like to write in, but I want to give my character like a realistic way of how he found it.
Books aren't really a thing yet in this
You're
world.
killing me, Smalls. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
Written word has not really been expanded on. Hell, even tally marks to count shit are new.
Oh yeah, we actually created that.
You
Technically
did involve
speaking,
that.
Zara created it.
Are
Yeah.
you sure about that?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. No, it was Zara that created it. Hestian was just bitching about it because there wasn't any way to like mark the difficulty level of something.
And the
Heads-
reward level. Amount.
Yeah.
Hestian bitched, and so Zara's like, fuck, fine, I'll invent numbers just to shut you up.
Well, I mean, he didn't
Inventing a
agree
lot
with
of
it either.
things.
Yeah, we've had an impact.
Yeah, you have. So,
Zara is kind of just like, not move my token around because I don't think it's necessary, but he's just kind of circling this thing, kind of observing it. At that
absolutely.
21. And then he's going to slowly reach out and grab it.
Alright.
Careful.
As you touch it, give me a flat constitution roll.
151 damage. Flat con roll.
Flat con, please.
Damn it.
We all instantly die.
19.
So,
Okay.
with a 19, as you place your hand on it, the first touch of your fingers against this floating orb, you feel across your scales the rush of pure, raw power and potential in this orb. There's no other way to truly describe it. The moment your finger connects, you can feel raw arcane potential. This thing feels like whatever you do with it is going to be terrifyingly powerful in comparison.
Oh, so what you're saying is I'm effectively Star-Lord touching the Power Stone.
Kinda like that, yeah, a little bit.
I'm sorry, did you just say Zara Lord?
No, Star-Lord.
Okay, I heard Zara
Guardians of the
Lord.
Galaxy. God, you don't watch movies.
No, I know. I know what it is. I just
Star-Lord.
I heard you say Zara Lord. And I just
Star-Lord.
I'm sorry, it's
Zara Lord and the Zardians of the galaxy.
I can do a lot of damage to you in one spell.
I actually just realized that my damage that I dealt was actually not as much as it should have been because it didn't max out my crit like it was supposed to. So I should have dealt
Oh.
like 17 more damage.
Well,
Don't
it's,
worry, I'm the same way. I messed up on something in the battle too. So
shit happens. It's all good. So, like I said, that's what you feel the moment you touch it. You're not in pain. Nothing's hurting you. But there is a rush of, potential power flooding your mind as you touch this. in such a way that you have to just take a moment, but you do retain control of yourself.
Well, we got what we came for. Let's get out of here.
I would like to get this
Guys?
back soon.
When I just did that look weird to you?
Most things you do look weird to us.
Okay.
We should really head out.
Okay.
Curious, because it wasn't brought up. What's Key's reaction to me touching this thing?
Womp womp.
An excellent question. So, you look to Key as you are touching this, and the look on Key's face is pure mesmerizement. Key isn't saying anything, but yet can't take his eyes off of it. Even when you look to the others, the corner of your eye is still drawn to this orb.
No.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. It's like, my precious!
Whether through fascination or fear, you cannot completely look away from it.
Estien's gonna stand up and start limping over toward the cart. Vinkosh is right. We need to get back to the Dove to get this thing stabilized. With whatever it's doing to Zara, we don't want that to be the principle for it. And Heston's gonna head toward the cart.
All right.
Let's get your damn horse or stag, whatever it is, please.
We don't
Let's
need
go
no stupid
now.
horse.
So, after a little bit of time, Atlas re-summons his elk. It is hooked back up to the cart. And you spend the next couple days making your way back.
How many days exactly?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
It will be 2 days travel because this past trip you were also slowed down to some degree because you weren't just going after things, you were actively tracking them down, you were hunting them, you were dealing with enemies and having to rest. A straight trip does not take nearly as much if you're not having to stop.
I would like to. We're gonna have to bed down at one point at least because we can't just travel through the night too.
You will.
I would like to try to find some herbs, and particularly, I want to try to find not poisonous herbs as much as something that might have a specific restorative benefits to where this kind of gives you a pep up. Things that might give you a adrenaline boost essentially.
All right. Give me a survival or medicine check.
Right.
This is using your alchemist supplies proficiency, so it is at
Do
advantage.
we get our level up from these rests or not yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so make sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and add me a D8 to that if that's okay with you.
I'll allow it.
Excuse me.
You want to go play ourselves down there, or not yet?
You're me.
How long is the travel back? Now I think about it.
2 days.
2 days.
Sorry.
2 days.
2 days.
You're not needing to stop and go around things or fight them as you go, so it's easier to get back than it was to chase down the thing as you know where you're going. So, with the 18 total in survival. So, while you're bedding down,
I got shitty
Hestian,
luck. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. I got shitty luck. I'm gonna re-roll the 14. I hate that number. I don't like it.
okay, your reroll is not at advantage.
No, that's fine. I just want to re-roll it because I don't like 14. I feel like it should not be a 14. It should be better than that. Damn. So 18. Moving on.
No, no. When you re-roll, you have to take the re-roll, which means it's a
Oh, since
16
when?
now.
Since when do you have to take the lower like the new roll?
Since the beginning, when you use luck points to re-roll, you're re-rolling it. We've been doing that the entire time. That's why it's a risk.
Well, screw that. Then I'm gonna use sorcery points to re-roll that.
Go for it.
You can do that, yes.
Uh-huh.
Fuck that. Like, jeez Louises. Alright, come on. There we go. Okay, I'll take that.
Alright.
That's fine.
You now have a total of a dirty 20.
I should have used the damn luck points to get myself +2. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
You could have. Maybe you should have, but you didn't. You made that choice.
I made the bed and I'm sleeping in it. Let's move on.
Alright, so what
bed.
you get
And you're
with a
sleeping alone.
dirty 20 in survival is you find 4 generic herbs that can be used for just about any alchemical purpose,
I fucking love that. I was running low.
as well as 2 herbs that are... they're a strange kind of bean. As you pick one and you try one, you feel a very immediate rush of energy. For a few brief seconds, you feel like you could do 100 things at once, and then you immediately crash in exhaustion after eating it.
Does it feel like a mental or a physical effect?
A little of both.
And what are we calling these?
They don't have a name currently.
I'm gonna call them pesto beans.
Hestel beans, love it. Why? Because
have no name.
because
Trademark.
Hestian just finishes that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once he's done, he just reloads the tank and gets going again. Perks of being a
God.
changeling.
God.
Alright, so
Stop speaking.
continuing. So yes, you're able to find 2 of those beans that can be used for stuff. And by 2 beans, I mean 2 uses of beans. There's not specifically 2 beans. These are not like fist-sized beans. It's more like 2 handfuls of beans.
Fucking giant. It's like, this isn't a bean. This is a fucking potato.
Diddly potatoes.
No,
Alright.
don't start doing that voice. I will kick you so hard.
Bring it on, bitch.
Said with love. And also violence.
Again, bring it on, bitch. Alright, so, as I was saying, with this long rest, Hessian, that's what you're able to find. Is anyone else trying to do anything in the long rest before we get to the cave?
I'm just trying to relearn.
I'm not
learn
doing anything.
the Tongue of Origins.
Yeah, valid.
But having this thing with me is probably getting a little distracting.
A little bit.
There's something I want to do with Zara at a different time. But for now, I'm good.
I see.
When she's ready. Give me time.
We need to
And-
find some more of that, that nourishing goo stuff. I'm running low.
Okay.
How about you,
Thank
Vinkosh?
you
What
for
are you
not
getting
saying
up to
anything.
during the long rest?
Nothing.
Alright, fantastic. So, the next day comes. You finish your travel. When you finally arrive at the cave, you all slowly make your way in. you get down to the Dove, who looks considerably better than the last time you saw her. Her energy appears restored. She appears to have used her own abilities to tend to her own hurt and suffering so she can be in a better position to do the same for others. And she sees you all approaching and says, you've returned. Thank you for coming back. I can feel things restoring. From the moment, I believe, when you defeated the creature, yes?
Yeah.
Zara nods.
Do you feel better?
Considerably.
Okay.
We had to fight the memory of you. It was less than pleasant.
I can imagine. A memory of myself and what I can do, generated from stolen thoughts and a single encounter, would not perhaps encompass all I can do, but it would still be extremely dangerous to contend with when facing something else along with it.
We are in here, yeah? Okay, I can put my token down.
Hestian privately thinks to himself, think pretty highly of yourself there, don't you?
She's a dove. Of course she does.
She's a dove that showed you the future. What do you expect?
Well, no, she showed. Look, yeah, it was a future.
She showed you a potential
future. Yeah, it was a potential future. Yeah.
That's mortifying. Thank you.
Timelines. We don't know that.
So, with...
Yeah, Esther hasn't told you guys shit yet.
with you all gathering around, she looks at you all and says, so, what was the result of the fight?
Well, we all died. And these are just fever dreams. It came out of...
Jara just cocks an eyebrow looking at Gunthar and as he's reaching under his coat, and he pulls out the I don't even remember what it's actually called. The
we didn't call it anything.
The sus orb.
Like, oh god, you made what did you make it out of again? Just like a gem or something?
Yeah, it was a well, it was actually several gems that it was made out of. And I got it from the master in the Golio Spawn. And it was just a collage of several different gems that could hold different powers, essentially.
When?
Yeah, I mean, it literally doesn't have the name.
What the thing?
I just been trying to figure out like what to call it instead of just the item.
So I will say, when this thing came together and was fully formed, it is a single object, a perfectly spherical orb.
We will call it
like holding a small planet in your hand.
I actually might have a name for it. I just gotta go look at my notes.
It shall henceforth be known as the Cleansing Stone.
Well, I don't know if cleansing what it does, but okay.
That's literally what we made it for.
Yeah, that's what you wanted.
I mean, it's kind of redundant and useless if it doesn't do its job.
No, continuing. No, it is a single solid, perfectly spherical orb. It is of a dark hue, where the outside is of the orb feels and looks as though it is covered with a glowing purple energy. A dark purple at that, with the center as it goes from dark purple to black. In an almost gradient-like way, but the purple acts like almost like flames on the outside pointed inwards with this orb.
As I hold it up, his hand's probably shaking a bit because he's probably feeling so much insane amounts of power that it's still a little, even after 2 days of traveling, it's still a little intense, I guess is the best word to be putting it.
Mm-hmm.
As the creature died, this careened into it and absorbed its very being down to the very last drop of blood. And it charged it fully.
Surprising. Not entirely unimaginable, but surprising all the same. Your amplifier is complete then.
That's what this does. Head tilts.
This is an arcane amplifier. It takes the raw magic stemming from Void and accelerates and amplifies and empowers it in ways nothing else could even imagine being able to. This is raw magical potential in the palm of your hand. It takes whatever you do and makes it more. With
Well, that is
this,
the opposite of what I wanted from that.
not at all. My healing powers are great, but on their own can only do so much. With this in my hands, not only can I cure those who are infected as you wanted, I can cleanse something down to the very soul and remove any infections in the essence of Void within them, including... And as she says that, her head turns and looks directly at Gunthar. What is going on with you?
I don't know what's going on with me. That's a good question. Can you tell me? It looked bad.
I will need time to attune to the orb to use it first. Rest for an hour while I get used to it.
Oh, do you want space?
You are fine where you are, but I need time. Zara, do you hand her the orb?
Hey, I've been literally handing this outward to them this entire time.
Yeah.
She brings her claws down, and without touching it directly, but it feels like she's physically grabbing it. The talons of her front claws on either side pull this orb away, and she holds it.
As it's pulled away, I kind of go, and he just kind of like doubles over a bit, feeling all that power essentially just leave him all at once. After carrying it for those multiple days.
It would be pretty quick to catch him.
It is an intense sensation. Vinkosh, as you are going to catch Zara, give me a quick dex save, please.
Oh boy, now we're both getting sent flying.
Whee!
See you in town! Oh Jesus, that's a nat 20.
It is a nat 20. So, there's a brief moment in which it looks like the removal of that much potential power is about to send Zara flying, when you just get right behind him without a moment's notice, and you are catching him before he is sent flying, and with your elite physical training, you catch him, preventing him from being sent away.
Mew. Human.
And then all of a
Yes,
sudden, everyone hears. Go ahead. Sorry.
Fucker. He just has wide eyes and he's just kind of breathing heavily right now.
Are you okay?
And then we all hear.
Easy now. Take it easy.
Continue,
This
by
is
the
our
way.
big cause, boy love. Let's do it.
Okay.
Hestian's watching this going, shit, I can't tell if I love watching it or if I want to be in it.
It was like, I think I'm jealous, but I might just want to be involved.
Alright,
So
so
we're taking a short
There is a short
50.
rest because the dove needs that to attune to this.
Yeah.
You
I
are
stay here or
you are all very welcome to sit down and rest and wait for her, but if you want to get up and walk around and discuss anything at all while you're waiting, you can do so. She is taking a short rest no matter what. What you all do is up to you.
Estian, do you need any more flowers? There are very pretty ones around.
Uh,
Can
Yeah, I
get
was
them for
actually-
you.
well, I suppose so. I was gonna take a look around while we had some time. Try up there. There's usually a type of mushroom that will grow on the sides of mountainsides, and with the energy of the stove, we might be able to find something quite valuable.
So should I just look for mushrooms?
Yes, look for the ones that have a very odd, peculiar-looking top that looks as though it's a spiral. See if you can't find some of those.
All of the plants are peculiar looking. Alright, I will. Wait, does it...
As she's walking away,
Estian,
we'll-
so what...
No, I was just gonna say, as she starts to walk away, Hestian's like, "Well, technically, mushrooms aren't plants."
Are they animals? Or are they rocks?
Well, it's somewhat in between.
You can tell me later. Wait, are they the ones that like come out of the ground, or do they like come out of the wall sideways? I've seen a lot of different mushrooms. I don't
It'll
understand.
probably be on the corner there. Hestian just kind of points as he starts walking over here.
Okay.
Alright,
I got it. I'll find them somehow.
Gunthar, give me a survival check, please.
What do I do if I don't find them? Oh,
Holy fucking shit!
I have no
Holy
words. I have no words.
These ones? This
I
handful
don't know
of
if
them
these are
here?
them, but I found this. Does this count?
On the moment of rock.
Yeah.
So,
She picks up a rock and it's just...
Gonthar, you do pick up a rock. And it's a large, wide, mostly flat rock. It's not super heavy, it's more just awkward. But you lift it up and you move it out of the way as you're looking around in this general area. And you see this incredible, it's almost mesmerizing. The way it looks, it's not quite, but it almost feels like it's glowing, is a pink mushroom. With this sort of pattern that I can only describe as you would lose your collective shit if you had tryptophobia.
Ew.
I know I need to pick it up, but I kind of don't want to touch it because everything I touch breaks.
When you...
How many pieces can it be in before it's bad?
I just speak in your mind.
He's shouting this over.
Yeah.
me. What?
You got your little GPS that points you over to me. It's like, you don't have to yell.
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question.
Preferably just one. Try not to cut anything open. If you get the juices on you, it can be deadly.
Oh.
Pull it from the root.
Deadly for you or
from the
okay?
base.
do you want
From
to...
the base.
I'll just
Do you want to
I'll
just...
just carve it up and put it on this rock.
Do you want to describe what it is you're looking at, Tehesti and Gonthar?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
She's just gonna scrape it off.
Alright. You collect some of these mushrooms. You collect
He's looking for
probably a total of 4 usable mushrooms. Weirdly enough, the rock you found them under works kind of perfectly as like a plate to carry them on, so you don't actually have to like hold them directly.
That's what I was going. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. She has she has implements to scrape this sort of stuff off without like damaging it beneath her fingers. So she just uses that as a plate and like props herself up.
So
and she just scrapes it off and eventually just comes over to you, holding it.
you take this
awkwardly on the gingerbread.
over, and you show it to Hestian. Hestian, I need a medicine check from you.
Fantastic. I can already guess what this is, but I'll go ahead and roll anyway because I probably don't know because it's fun.
Do you want me to hold it? Or I'll just put this on the ground.
Hey, look at that.
Fabulous. So, looking over these mushrooms, these are very interesting mushrooms. They appear to be mushrooms that, while you have not seen them before, looking them over, you surmise that they are affected by the aura and the energy of this dove, given that this is where it lives. These mushrooms, you theorize, are in some way connected to the raw potential of healing power that this dove can just do at a whim.
Ooh, that's better than what I thought. I'm going to call them crystalline mushroom.
The tops of this thing look kind of like the walls of a volcano in some places. They got little, like, holes in them, and the rock is all thin, and you can kind of stick little, well, you can, I can kind of stick little bits of myself in there, and, like,
Hestian just looks at Gunthar, like, disappointedly. Do those
I'll
look
show
like
you what.
spirals to you?
Huh?
Does it look like a
What?
spiral? Do you know what a spiral is? Hestian takes his finger and, like, in the dirt around the river.
I know what a spiral is. I don't know, I got excited! I saw a cool mushroom!
Just leave
You
them
want me
there.
to throw this away? I can put it in the river.
No, just put them there, please.
Okay, does this one also have
done
toxic?
very well.
Will this kill me if I touch it?
Yes, don't touch it. If you touch it, it'll make the rocks around you melt. So please don't touch them.
That doesn't really. Well, okay. I guess my suit. Okay. Okay, my shell is made of rock. That would be. Puts it on the ground.
These
How
are
does it do that?
specifically for putting out fire. It's a very dangerous mushroom for people that are born of fire. If you touch it, you see all the holes on the top there? It
Yeah.
absorbs your fire inside of it.
Where does
Hestian,
it go?
I need you to roll me deception on this one. Gonthar, I need you to roll me insight.
Oh, my worst roll!
Okay. Alright. Where does
I
it
mean,
go?
Hestian's your friend, Gonthar. You believe your friends. They would never lie to you.
Where does the fire go?
It goes into the stem there. You see how it has a different color where it's a bit darker there at the end? That's because
Yeah,
all
that's very
fire that
little
is into it.
space.
Well, it is a very powerful potion, a very powerful mushroom. Not
So if
all
I
things that are powerful
Poke
have
it
to be raw.
open. Will a bunch of fire spew out?
I would prefer you don't do that because it might kill us all.
Well, then why did you have me go searching
I
around for
didn't!
random mushrooms
I
if they
told
could
you
kill
to
me?
find mushrooms with spirals in the top. You found a pink mushroom that could kill you if you touched it.
Are you sure it would kill me? We could test it.
I would prefer you don't because I really enjoy your company and I would hate to see you go.
No, you don't.
I'm getting used to it.
Okay.
Like, Hestian is just saying is all just bold-faced,
I'll just put.
no, like, just serious, deadly serious as he's talking.
Do
I
you
have
want
no
me to go
words.
find another? I'm
No.
pretty sure there are spiral mushrooms.
If there's more of these over there, you could be in extreme danger. Perhaps go help Zara with something.
Do you not want my help? I can let you climb the mushroom mountains yourself.
Hestian says this with all candidness. I just
Oh.
want you to be safe, Gunthar.
I'm very safe.
Yes. Now go and run along and see if Zara needs help.
Uh,
I have to secure these so that they don't hurt anyone.
Okay.
As she walks away, Hestian just like rubs the bridge of his nose and he looks down. He's like, "But these could be very useful, though."
Zara,
Right.
I think I made Hestian sad again. He looks even more disappointed in me now than he usually does. I'm gonna go sit in the corner. Actually, do you need anything?
Just time.
Okay. Pats you on the head. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
How much fire damage do I take?
Should I pat you on the back and say,
I know. I'm fucking.
So,
I'll do that gently next time. Sorry.
Zara, Vinkosh, during this entire time, as you've been recovering from this orb being taken away from you, what have you two been up to?
Probably been vibing. Just waiting.
I think Venkosh more or less has been tending to Zara.
Fantastic.
I went from level 7 to level 20 back to level 7 in like an instant.
This Vinkosh, could you do me a favor? Looking over, Zara, could you give me either a, medicine or an insight, please? Alright, fantastic. So, with a 20 in medicine, so physically, Zara does appear to be fine. But you, with your monk training, know that there is more to the body than just what is externally visible through medicine. While you're looking it over, you know that Zara his ki feels like it has been disrupted in some way. Not in any way that can cause permanent damage. It's very obviously just a matter of, taking a little time to rest. By the time the dove is finished, he should be back to normal. But that kind of exposure to that raw potential power, that would have an effect on basically anyone, even if they're not inherently magical.
Essentially, I'm still unattuning to this thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so more or less Venkosh is going to keep an eye on him.
Absolutely. Recovery does seem to be going well, though, I will say. With 20 medicine, Zara is coming back from that relatively well. What effects it's going to have long-term on the mind or the soul, yet to be seen. But exposure to power of that level, most sapient and sentient beings would be long-term affected just by getting to touch it, let alone actually use it.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
But that is what you know, and, the good news is Zara does appear to be recovering quite well. In terms of his ki, it looks like things are slowly going back to normal. Alright. Hestian.
Mine's gonna be short, sweet. After getting these mushrooms, I'm gonna secure them properly. After giving them a good look over. The only thing that Hestian is gonna do, I just got 10 new vials. I don't want to use them all, but I am going to use 4 of them to collect some of the earth in this area here where the dove has been, and I'm going to use 4 of them to collect some of the water from this river where the dove is as well.
Interesting. Okay. So, 4 vials of earth and 4 vials of water from the layer of this dove.
Yep.
Fabulous.
Him, collect stuff in vials. If I remember something. Do we still have the telepathic bond thing? We still do, yeah?
Well,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I would have done that at the beginning of the game. I can roll if you want me to, DM, on the roll for it.
I just... Either she says this in your head or she asks across the room. Or walks over.
It makes no difference, really, at this point.
She's gonna ask, oh, hey, those vials, if I use one, do you want it back?
If you use one? What do you mean if you use one?
Well, you gave me a thing with the...
Do you still have some of those left?
I didn't use it yet. You just gave it to me.
And it's not broken.
No. I mean, I was gonna break it in the fight, but then it was over. I was
What
gonna
is-
use it.
What's in it?
Well, this the Team Link stuff that you gave me.
Oh, no, hold on to that, just in case you need it.
Well, right, but if I use it and it's empty, do you want the vial back, like the glass?
Oh, well, no, because it's already been tainted. It can't be reused more often than not.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. I'll be sure to break it.
Be careful when you break it. Hestian says as he collects
I'll just
another
break
vial
it
of
inside
water.
me. It's fine. I'm okay with glass shards. All right, that's it.
All right. Sorry, Heston, you were saying after gathering up, you gather up some of those vials. It is an interesting choice. After the hour finishes, and this dove completes their attunement to what they are up to, there is a surge of energy that feels like it echoes throughout the entire cave at the completion of the attunement. Zara, you have just finished recovering as the attunement switch is over, and this orb,
ground staring up at the ceiling.
this orb is floating above her hand, and in arcs of this magical energy coming off of it and her in the connecting points between her fingers and the orb. She is examining it as she has completed the attunement, and there's a look on her face, one that you can only really describe as a surprise, a genuine, well, look at that sort of feeling.
Can I insight this look?
You absolutely can.
Where's my insight button? Bazinga.
Oh.
9.
So, the face of a dove is generally hard to read. The best you can tell is that she does seem thoroughly impressed by what you have made.
I am now the dead, Bleh.
Mm-hmm.
As she stares at it, she then looks to you all and says, "You have done quite excellent work. Something will need to be fashioned to carry it. However, the object itself is complete and easy enough to work with. We should be fine. Let us begin, first and foremost, with the patient that is in front of me."
As this happens, Hestian's going to make his way back over there.
What's the thing that they say about the? Oh, Doc, how bad is it? That's what I heard them say. And that's the.
Gunthar?
Yeah. Hi.
I need a strength save. You can choose to fail this one.
I think she, depending on what it is, instinctively resists and then stops. I'll fail it. What are you doing to me?
I hate consume you.
Do I need to get out of the shell? I can do that.
So-
to the darkness.
So you're
I'm
choosing
to fail.
fabulous. Gunthar, your shell stops responding to you. It becomes like just a single solid immobile rock as it lifts into the air and rotates. And you feel yourself lifted out of it through the hole in the center of the chest. And as you are pulled out, you float in the air above your shell. Both of you and the shell floating in the air at eye level with the dove.
Hi. Well, you're all very small from up here.
Her eyes glow with arcane energy, and it feels like she's peering into you in a way that nothing should be capable of. It's both amazing and disturbing in equal measure.
There's a sound that emanates from Gonthar. I haven't described this much, but the characters in general have heard sounds like this. It is a sound that is akin to it's a high-pitched whistle, kind of like a kettle. Except it is toned downwards, and it sounds more like rather than just a high-pitched shrill sound, it is lower, and it's more a mix between confusion and distress, but mostly confusion. Is not sounds that a person usually makes, but it is a sound they're going to. As her being is being invaded.
How do the rest of you react to this?
I do an Arcana
Absolutely.
as I'm studying this shit. Sega, 26.
Oh, damn near a crit. So, with the 26...
Estien's gonna do a medicine check.
Go
see
for
what's
it.
happening with the core itself. Looking at it from a clinical standpoint. Nope. That sucks.
So, Hestian, from a clinical standpoint, Gonthar does not appear to be taking any damage.
Nah, I'm good. I'll just re-roll that.
As I was saying,
Okay.
Gonthar does not appear to be taking any damage. She seems fine. She is literally, as far as you can tell, being understood on a fundamental level. Zara, with a 26 in Arcana, you watch. You can feel the magic coming from this dove, passing through the orb, and then surrounding Gonthar as she is comprehending your friend on a level that you could swear it would take being a broodling or even an origin to be able to understand something on this level.
Okay.
There is... It almost... can't physically see it, but you get the sensation through the magic, like, she's looking at Gonthar like a blueprint. Is the best way I have to describe it.
They are... Man, you're making me do a lot of Marvel references. Tony Stark's, looking over the entirety of their being and kind of like doing the hand wave, hand wave, hand wave. There you are!
I mean, kind of.
I don't want this part of the machine, I don't want this part of the machine, junk this, put this in, put this in, put this in. Oh, there's a curse, get rid of that.
So, you are watching this, and Gonthar, it feels like you are being seen on a level that is, like I said, both amazing and uncomfortable at the same time. It's both fascinating and terrifying. And you are almost being rotated around as she is staring at the different aspects of your entity.
This feels
After
weird.
a few moments, she says, "And now I understand your ailment."
Okay. Good, because I don't. Can you explain it?
I can. Your
Thank you.
ailment, young little Gorn, is
Why?
that of one who has been exposed to and absorbed a rot and an infection, not merely physically, but into her very being. And so,
Oh.
when the source of that passed, when you were there, the closest thing to it, the essence of the rot, the source of that decay, transferred to you. It is not so easy to destroy, but it can be removed.
Okay.
If it is done, it will pass on to the next source of infection, and the next, and the next.
But what if
But
it's kept where it is? Will it not pass on to others?
if it is kept within you, it will consume you. You will become the new source of the rot and the decay, and you will become its carrier, and you will begin an
spread.
unstoppable desire to spread it.
Okay. Is there a way to remove it without having it just find another source? Some way to trap it?
The only way to do that is to trap the current source, destroy any other potential sources, and then once that were to be completed, then you could attempt to destroy the last source. And I have no guarantee whether the rot itself would be destroyed, or would simply return to its point of origin.
Epstein's gonna put up a finger. Could he not trap it inside of a vessel that could not be manipulated?
I'm afraid not. This
But if the vessel
infection
itself
is
is
of the soul. It
yes, of
affects
course.
a soul, so it must be in something with a powerful enough soul to be infected and for it to grow. If you move it into anything, it must be a living and sapient creature like your friend.
Well, isn't the essence of a creature a soul in and of itself, from my understanding?
Yes, and if you were to kill an infected creature, the mark on its essence would be left, and the source would still move on.
Yes, that I understand that. But could we not take a creature that could be contained within a vessel that could not be escaped? Couldn't we solve the issue that way?
You could try, but you would risk something, which is the infection of the soul going so far as to permanently alter your friend.
Well, what I'm proposing is to take the entity, put it inside of a vessel, and then remove it from this realm entirely.
I understand your intent, and I do not believe that will work, because once I cleanse the source from your friend, it will move on to the next closest being that is infected that can hold it.
So, Is it like when Cressar died, his essence transferred to me?
Not the essence itself, but the being of being a source of the infection that transferred.
So wherever this goes, will it, if it isn't purged, whoever has it and fails to purge it, will they become the next Cressar Dur?
It is inevitable for them to become the next one if they are the source of the infection.
Hestian's got several things he's thinking about right now.
And
Yeah.
Mainly,
even if you manage to isolate the last one and kill it and destroy it, that status that is being the source of the infection would simply return to where it came from. It could be administered again once new.
So it would just be a hunt. Find wherever it goes next. If we got every source, well, who's it going to move on to next?
There
one
is
of the others?
There is no way to
Wow.
know. It will simply move on to which infected is closest.
Physically?
I cannot answer that. It may be physically closest. It may be on a more soul-based existence.
Trying to say my soul was close to Cressar Dur's? Like,
Your soul
like in
was
what it is?
close to his in that you are a sapient and sentient entity capable of rational thoughts and desires, and it is likely that the infection source prioritizes those who are similarly capable, even if their physical existences are different.
I've been told that most of my thoughts aren't rational.
You are a product of your environment.
Other people were nice about it. Yeah. Like any of them come into my environment. Go to my home. Sit in the volcano for weeks on end. And they'll feel like the stupid ones. That's it. Sorry.
You're
Thank you.
fine. I have told you what I can sort out. What my understanding of the analysis is. The question remains, do you still want me to remove it from you?
I don't know. I don't want it. But I can't just let someone else be a victim of this.
Gunthar, we came here to get a cure for your home, remember?
Would this be a cure for my home, or would this just pass the sickness to someone else in there? Maybe leaving it as it is and finding some way to lock me up for ever, I guess, would be a cure. That sounds horrible.
Hestian begins to start looking frustrated.
I. Mm,
You do not
okay.
have to decide at this moment, little one.
Yeah.
I can use this orb to cure your home first, and then you can decide what it is you wish to do.
That works. That helps. We should find other places that have had to deal with this. If we cure my home and then cure me, it might go somewhere else there. And just find a new group of people.
That
Mm.
will take quite some time to do.
Better than someone else becoming this and not having someone like you.
Well, let us
Okay.
begin with what must be done first.
Yeah.
The volcano is where you all need to go, yes?
For what?
Wait, hold on. Which one is it?
Golyor Spawn.
Golion Spawn is her home where this is all taking place, yes.
Very well.
Is this affecting the other golem, or is it affecting... When I heard... I thought you were saying it was affecting the people there. Could it also be affecting... like all of my sisters?
There is
I don't
only
even know
one
how
way
to
to
do it.
know.
Will
And
you join
with
us?
that, the orb flashes. It gives off a light that is blinding and bright. It is hard to see through, and as the light dissipates, you find yourselves somewhere else.
Oh,
You find yourselves at Goliol Spawn.
hey!
Hey, the elk's back.
Where exactly in Goliath Spawn?
You arrive.
Did we wash up on the shoreline?
No.
I'm on the roof for some reason. Why am I up here?
You arrive up here. At the
Okay.
bottom, near the little hut that you were granted for your rest. And not...
Am I still being held in the air?
You are.
Yes!
Speaking of which,
I'm flying.
as the flashing lights subsides and you all look around, you see yourselves at Golio Spawn. Surrounded by the town, you see its various hunters and guards on alert, all of them shocked at the blinding flash causing you all appear. There's a short rush to arms to defend the town until they realize it is all of you back with a dove. And there's a very quick sigh of relief because the entire time you have been gone, they have been doing everything to stave off this infection.
I brought a friend. Hello. Meet. Oh, do you have a name?
I am referred to as the Lady of Medicine, Crystalline.
Oh, Meet Crystalline!
You
is,
all see a familiar face as he comes out from out here, rushing down towards you. Seeing that you have arrived in the blinding flash, you see the familiar
Hey!
face of Torkal, great elder of Goriospan, and someone for whom you are all greatly familiar with.
Some more than others.
He steps out, seeing you. And he waves, seeing the dove at your side with a... Well, apparently, no word is good word. You're all not dead.
Yeah. We were trying real hard to be, but we're okay. Hello! How are you feeling?
Better, after what you all did. He looks one at a time to each of you. Hestian, Vinkosh, Zara, Gonthar, Atlas, and Kriara. And looking at each of you, he asks the one question. Were you successful? Do you have a cure for us?
Hestian just walks away.
We just introduced you. Points like a tendril down at Crystalline. She said she could do it, I think. Wait, did you say you could do it? That was the impression I got.
I am certainly capable of doing it. You all watch as Torkal gives this massive, formal, and sweeping bow in front of the dove and says, My lady, if you'll be so kind as to help our people, Goriospan would be in your debt. Worry not. I have been granted the ability to do what must be done. Your people are safe. Do any of you have anything you want to say or do before she does what she's about to do?
I don't really think I have anything because I'd just be observing.
Zara's studying from afar.
I banished Gunthar.
Ah!
Hmm.
You can silence me, but you can't.
Apparently we can silence the truth.
Okay.
Alright. So, Vinkosh, I'm assuming nothing you feel the need to add in? Or ask?
Nothing I can think of.
Alright, fabulous. Hestian, you're stepping away for some reason.
Yeah, Hestian just goes to the meat house.
Yeah. He's done. He's tired.
As you are walking there,
No, like
Hestian,
as Hestian is going, he looks like he's absent as he's walking.
as you are going there, there is a moment. Gonthar, your core is lowered back into your shell and put
Okay,
back down on the
fine.
ground.
Wee.
And then the dove lifts up the orb. She speaks words from the tongue of origin at a speed that makes them almost incomprehensible. After a brief moment, it then turns silent. The orb begins glowing, brighter and brighter, and there is this purple sphere of energy that expands out from it, ignoring physical barriers of stone and wood. Hestian, as you're walking away, you feel this wave of energy pass through you from behind. Everyone's staring at it. You see it approach you and then pass through you. There is energy unlike anything you felt before in your body at this moment. The sphere of energy continues expanding and expanding until it's passed through the entire volcano, far and beyond, and then dissipates. And the dove says, "The majority of it is done for here. Young little Gon,
Hi.
you and I will need to speak as to how to handle your situation later."
Yeah. Were you able to tell if any of the other Gonin there, if they were infected at all?
If they were, they are no longer.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Hestian, as you approach the mead hall, since leaving, you knew the majority of the mead hall was mostly being used for triage, for tending to the sick, to trying to make sure the infection didn't spread any more than it already had. As you step inside, there is a stun and a silence across the building, as those who were infected and barely holding on, left behind while you went off to try and find the cure, are all slowly sitting up. The disease gone, their bodies restored, and they're all looking around, wordless, as they don't know what just happened or why.
That was so pretty. Was that like a
So
was that like a firework?
as Hestian steps inside, he sees all these people, and he can't help but the majority of his frustration and his inability to help his friend starts to dissipate seeing all these people that are getting better. He still feels extremely inadequate and heads up to the bar and sits down. And like that devoid look that he had has shifted slightly, and he instead looks more agitated, just like dejected in himself, but not like completely devoid of emotion. As he sits down and like looks around, and he can't help but get a crooked smile as he turns and looks at the bartender. I surely hope there's still more drinks here.
The bartender simply looks at you and says, I think drinks might be called for."
Well, I suppose it's good that I have a few up in my room. If you'll have them brought down, there should be 3 more casks. And Hestian spins around. Drinks on me! And he starts to play a tune on his shit. He has a flute. Well,
He plays
technically
a tune
it's
on his
harmonica.
shit.
But yeah, so he starts playing on his reed flute harmonica, and you know, everybody's starting to get better. We got 4 casks of ale, 4 casks of ale, and I still have 1 bottle of fire whiskey left. And yeah, we're just gonna get the party started.
There is stun and shock throughout the room. And there's a brief moment when you start the music where everyone doesn't seem to know how to respond to you. But then the adulation and the joy of being cured, being better, and being able to go back to their lives all sort of collectively hits them all, and they break out in celebration with you. Meanwhile, Zara, Vinkosh, the two of you just saw this blast of energy go through the entire mountain. How are you feeling?
I don't know. Saw a flash. I don't know if it worked.
I mean, I think you can. I feel like you can see.
Give
The
me a
results of
perception
it.
check.
Oh, I have 3 barrels of mead. Sorry.
15's good enough.
So, both 15 and 16 are successes. Zara and Vinkosh, you're looking around as the energy dissipates. And you look to the various places where the infected have been tended to, where they have been being treated and isolated, and they've been doing everything in their power to prevent the spread. And you see that people who have been bedridden since you left last time begin sitting up and checking themselves over in a level of shock and surprise and joy and confusion. They don't know how to respond, but there is a sensation throughout the town at this point that, while they might not know what is going on, they all do know that they are going to live to be able to figure it out.
It's finally over.
He kind of side eyes Gunthar, because he didn't just do it for the town. He also did it to cure her, because he was essentially able to start curing people here at a much slower rate, but he can't cure her, and it bugs him.
Yeah.
And now it's up to
Oh.
her, and he can't do anything.
Valid.
Eldara's. The fact that it will find a different host. Ah! I don't know if I can't just let this happen to someone else. Ah, we have Atlas. Hello, Atlas. Are you here? Have you arrived? New
Thank
player
fuck.
has joined.
I got dismissed.
Hello!
Oh,
Hello,
hello,
everyone.
welcome.
Hello, stream.
Hello, I'm amazed you made it. I didn't think you would make it at all.
I was dismissed early from class, so I'm here now. Thank
Fabulous.
fuck.
To catch
Car,
you
right?
up on what you missed,
Yes,
briefly,
please.
the group made their way back to the Dove. Zara handed over the orb. She spent the time she needed attuning to it, created a blinding flash of light, which you all found yourselves back at Golil Spawn, once the light had subsided.
Alright.
Torkal came out, quick chat. Hestian went down to the mead hall, feeling dejected. Dove used the orb. Sphere of purple energy flew out in literally every direction, passing through everything and giving no fucks. And it appears that it has worked, and that the people of Golil Spawn are cured. With the one
Yay.
exception
Oh,
of Gonthar, who has not requested to be cured because her infection is in the soul, and it could pass on to someone else.
Yeah, one of the core pieces of information that is very, very distressing, thank you, DM, is that when Crossardur died, the root of the infection that was causing all of this agony and mayhem didn't die with him. The infection lives on, and the root of the infection, rather than dying with Crossardur, transferred to the closest viable host, which was Gonthar, who was holding him down into the lava as he died.
It's like he lives in you.
Yeah, now Krasardur's infection, the root of it, lives in me. And if it is purged from me, it will just find another host. And they will suffer the way she is. They will become the next Krasardur.
I'm gonna have to talk to Gunther about that later. And
yeah. She is.
Anyways.
She has not accepted being cured yet. But we teleported to Golial Spawn because Dragon Lady can teleport. It's fucking awesome. And then she used the orb that Zara had made, and we just filled to heal the entire town, except for her.
Okay.
And that's where we are right now.
Okay.
Alright, continuing. The Dove Crystalline is going to then look to Zara specifically. She is going to say, "You made this orb. It is by rights yours. However, I offer you a choice. You can leave it with me while you try to find some more long-term solution to aid your friend. Or I can give it back to you now, and you can see if you can accomplish it yourself." Zara?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Discord did a huge hiccup on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Discord had a huge hiccup on all of us.
Yeah, on all of us.
I'm
It was
assuming
just
you.
as-
I'm assuming you did not hear what the lady said then.
No,
the moment
I
she
don't-
started
I don't know
speaking.
shit.
I heard.
Yeah, the moment she started speaking, Discord.
I heard.
And I really thought that was a good line too. Alright.
Say it again then! Wait, hold
So-
on. We have to wait for Cross to get
Yeah,
back.
wait. Give Cross a second.
Yeah, give him a second, and then you can say your earth-shattering line.
So, I'm
we
gonna
can
say
open
it. I'm gonna say it regardless because she was directing this
Okay.
to Zara specifically. Which, once again, was... As you are the one who made this orb, by rights it is yours. However, I offer you a choice. You can leave it with me, and should your pursuits be fruitful to find someone else that the infection can be transferred to, I can cure your friend then, or I can give it back to you now, and it will be up to you to find a solution.
You did not hear anything I just said. Fuck.
Nope.
I'm
Didn't know
gonna
you said
lower my
something.
gain a little bit.
Okay. I had to do the same. Now my mouse clicks can be heard again.
Put it at the funny number.
Yes!
Or just no, I'll put it below the funny number.
No!
Just enough, really.
Ha 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 ha.
Put it down at 6.9.
No.
Nah!
I'm trying to think, because I would know this information. Mechanically, being attuned to the thing, what did I get the gist of this thing?
So, while you were attuned to it for the brief period in which you traveled with it,
Because you never told me that I was even attuned to it. You just said that I had it.
I did. That was intentional. Its energy was new and uncertain. Attunement items themselves are new. This may
way,
be the first item someone has ever been capable of attuning to.
In a way,
Points to Venkosh.
it might be an item that attuned to you.
What you would understand about this orb is it acts as a spell focus, replacing whatever you would use normally. It does a few different things in this status. One is it acts as a powerful arcane amplifier. On its own, it acts as a +3 spell focus, with that bonus going to spell attacks and saving throws.
Jesus Christ.
It can only be attuned to by a spellcaster. The next thing it does is for any spellcaster who is attuned to it, it allows them to use a single metamagic option of their choice, even if it's not on their current list, once per day, without requiring sorcery points.
Me wants it.
I'm not done yet.
I think this bonus is Aura.
For sorcerers who are attuned to the object, it enables them to, the majority of you, yes, it enables you to apply up to 2 metamagics to a single spell at the same time.
Oh
my
shit.
god.
Oh shit.
That's hot.
The
Jesus.
last thing it has, which is more just a footnote on it, is that powerful entities can use this artifact to empower their spells beyond the normal capabilities.
So Zara, he's a powerful entity.
Yeah.
He's a powerful entity.
I've kind of
can't
proven
argue.
that I'm a little busted, but I have made sure to rectify that with giving myself a lot of prerequisites.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
So that is what you would be aware of in terms of its capabilities, because you weren't actively trying to attune to it, but you did make it, and you were holding on to it.
Well, by bolstering my magic or heightening it, what does that mean, that last bit?
The fact
Okay,
that
I'm taking
powerful
everything.
entities, and when I say powerful entities, I mean things on the level of Dove and Broodlings and Titans and the Origins. Things
Zara.
of that level can basically use its ability to amplify magic to rewrite reality if they are powerful enough.
Oh my god, this is an orb of creation.
And because I can, and because I'm going to, show to everyone, this is the Arcane Amplifier.
Oh,
I thought it was going to be called the Orb of Creation. That
Three?
would have been
Oh
fun.
my god! Plus 3
You can, like,
out of the-
nickname it.
For any spellcaster,
I'm just
Yeah,
trying
it's a plus
to.
3.
I'm just trying to figure out what the powerful entities can use the artifact to empower their spells far beyond normal
It
capabilities.
is-
Well,
so that
it's
that
not
actually
full players. It's the
Oh, okay.
doves and shit like
For-
that.
for
That,
doves
that
only,
is
okay.
that is meant to
I'm-
be
I'm-
intentionally vague.
okay.
Things more powerful than us.
Like, you need to be a thing powerful enough to be able to use that capability to understand exactly what you can do with it.
Fair enough. You can tell that there's a lot more potential to it that you just can't tap into. But it's a little hard to tell what that potential can be used for.
I am going to DM you something, and this is going to determine if I take it or not.
Ooh.
Here,
Ooh.
Oh
Hot.
shit. Oh, excuse me. Oh god.
Bless you.
Thank you.
We have the dove here. She can bless you too.
Okay, not that. Not
And
that
now
big
you
one.
never
Not that-
have to. Now
not that
you
big
never
of a
have to
blessing.
have any bodily functions again.
That's terrifying.
The
Um,
thing is,
there's your answer.
I want to make sure this stays safe. That is the biggest thing. Because if this gets into any enemy's hands, we're fucked.
Just throw it in the volcano. What's the worst that could happen?
I am banishing Gunthar permanently. Roll 46 to drop the lowest, and we'll see you next week.
Yay!
Oh wait, you didn't need to roll 46 to drop the lowest. Doesn't matter.
4 in all stats. Or 3 in all stats.
We already have our stats rolled. Go away. We already have an 11.
Anyways.
It's Crystalline, right?
Crystalline is the name she has given you, or Lady of Medicine, which is her
I
title.
wanted to make sure I had it in my notes correct.
Oh no. No. I'm so sorry.
Here,
What?
just to make it easier, I'm gonna put this in the chat so you can copy paste the exact spelling.
Oh, I did have it right.
You did have it right. Never mind.
I look up to Crystalline and I ask, what would I have to do if I found somebody and they were willing to take this curse off of Gunthar?
You would need to be very careful to capture them alive and bring them here. They would need to already be deeply infected. And then the infection would need to be cleansed from Gunthar to be transferred over to them.
I used this, and this is a Mew-Buff game. If I use this amplifier to essentially amplify Remove Curse, would that do it, possibly? Or should I roll an Arcana?
Roll an Arcana.
Or is it... Haven't leveled up yet, sad face. I'm rolling this.
You're re-rolling
I-
that?
I think leveling would have done much.
21, funny number.
Funny number.
I hoard luck points, guys. This is why.
So, with a 21, it would take a lot of power in amplifying a remove curse, but that could feasibly accomplish it.
I'm trying to figure out if I take this, like.
Like, for
Decide.
comparative perspective with the 21 in Arcana, because it is enough for this, you would basically be having to use this orb to amplify it after already upcasting Remove Curse considerably. That is the level of power required.
I already know I'm going to be having that upcasted because I'd probably just be using a Warlock. Wait, it's a Warlock spell slot anyways. It'd be upcast to the highest level regardless.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would.
I will reach out a hand for it.
She will nod and say, I accept your decision. Be careful. You may find this choice regrettable down the line. And as she says
Looks
that...
the hard cam. Looks the hard cam.
Yeah.
I know.
with that,
so.
she takes the orb, she turns her hand. It still floats between the claws of her one hand. She lowers it down and releases it. And it falls and lands just above your hand, floating an inch above it. And then she turns to you all and says, I have done my part. I wish you all good fortune. I wish you all great luck in what you will have to deal with in the future. And with that, she turns into a flash of light herself and is gone.
Bye. She was
Damn.
very nice. Do you think she's back? She's probably back in her cave.
If worse comes to shove, we can always find her again.
Yeah.
She did say that she was a lady of medicine, so probably is her forte.
Zara,
Mm.
if we do need to, do you think you could use that to remove this?
I can do my best.
Alright. I thought I would feel better at the end of today. I don't think I'm going to. I'm not going to let someone else have to deal with it.
I don't think most of us feel better after today.
Oh.
And he kind of looks in the direction where he's guessing Hestian is, which is probably the cheering, musically inclined meat house.
Yeah, definitely the meat house where everybody's like, "Yay, more rounds on us!"
I mean,
No,
they're
maybe
all
the
kind of
church
very
follows them.
happy to not be dying of a plague, so...
Yeah.
He also remembers that Hestian stormed off and didn't look
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I noticed too.
And there's another
Is it-
thing. There's another thing where that thing said something about Dilly being Dildrog. Something about I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I knew it. I knew that nickname. I knew that was a nickname, but Dildrog. What does it even mean?
I don't know. You know?
Zara, Key just sort of leans over to you and says, you wanna tell him?
Don't know what you're inferring to, so
Dildrog. Dildrog. The
Yeah.
name that the entity said.
oh right.
Yeah. I know
Mm.
Key said it to
I-
you before.
But yeah. For now, Atlas doesn't know what it means. But anyways.
Yeah. During the fight.
I remember I rolled low on that, and the only one that got it was Kree.
Yes, Kree
Oh,
got
really?
it. And Key is
Oh, okay.
asking if you want to tell Atlas that.
Technically, Key never told me yet.
He
Then-
hasn't. He's asking if you want to tell Atlas what it means.
I think Kree.
Oh,
thought you
okay,
knew.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm not. I wasn't
It's
understanding
fine.
your
No,
how you were phrasing
not,
it.
Not Kriara, Key is
I
asking
know.
Zara.
No, you were phrasing it in a way that didn't make any sense to me. Like, do you want to tell him? Like, what am I supposed to tell him? I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What the words mean? You want me to tell you so you can tell him? He's not gonna like it.
Tell me first, and I'll determine if it's worth it.
Alright, buckle your pants on this one, buddy. Dil Drog translates roughly to Undead Lord.
Look over at Atlas. Who is this Dildrog to you again?
Supposedly my patron. Why?
Oh, you should totally tell him now.
And you said that you died, right?
I died in the cave-in, yes.
Splat.
The name makes me feel.
Are you having fun? I literally say out loud to the air next to me, aka where she is.
Little bit, not gonna be honest with you.
What did he say?
Little bit, gonna be honest with you.
You know, I look back to Atlas. You know, that's starting to make sense now. Gildrock means undead lord.
What's an undead?
Immediately,
Wait.
Atlas's eyes.
Didn't we already explain that to you?
Didn't we?
And then I look back to Atlas.
The expression on Atlas is like one of like just utter like. You know how like when somebody lies to you and then you find out about the lie and then you just get immediately pissed. Yeah, that's how Atlas feels.
I mean, technically
And, like-
speaking, you don't know if he lied or not.
Yeah, that is true, but it feels like he did. But I mean, considering that the name literally translates to Undead Lord, and Dilly said it was by accident. You know that it never really is an accident when it comes to names like that. So Atlas is just like.
I mean, as far as you know, this is the first time this has ever happened, so...
Yeah, so, Atlas is gonna be like, I'll be right back. He will, stab his rot cleanser into the ground, and he will take a knee, he'll take a knee. And he will,
You okay?
contact Dildrog.
Give me a religion roll.
Okay. Oh, please, God.
Do you
Don't
hurt
fail me
inside
now.
as well?
A 19! There we go.
What's he
Alright.
doing?
I can mark this under completed quest now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
So,
Congratulations.
Atlas.
You did it.
you reach out to Dildrog. What do you first say?
Good question.
You're the one reaching out. You've got to be the one to start the conversation.
I know. Now I know why you wanted me to call you Dilly. So, you are Undead Lord, I see. Now it explains why I'm like this!
The response you get to that is, "Oh, yeah, there, bud. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, so he did get around to telling you my name then proper, huh? Oh, that's great to hear there, bud. Listen, I know he's a bit of a abrasive. I hope he wasn't too much of a pain to deal with."
I do not mind about him. What I mind is why you did not tell me in the first place.
What? Well, listen there, bud. I told you my name was Dilly.
That was not a name, that was a nickname.
You didn't ask if it was a name or a nickname there, bud. You really gotta clarify on that one. Look, I can see you're angry. Listen, would it make you feel better if I told you, something? But, if the thing I will tell you, you can't tell nobody, okay there, bud? It's gotta stay between us.
Takes a moment. It's like, fine. What is it?
No, and I'm serious about this here, bud. If you tell anyone, bad things will happen to your soul. This is one of them important dealies you cannot break under any circumstance, okay?
Just as immediately when the repercussions are like even bigger, he's like, what is it?
Alright, you've been warned, okay? And there's this little clicking sound as if something has just occurred in the back of your mind, but it feels more like it's in the core of your being. And then he says, well, you see here, buddy, the reason I didn't tell you my name is because we're kind of not allowed to give out our names all that well. The boss isn't exactly happy with us giving out too much, unless someone's, like, confirmed to be, like, one of us. But given you're one of mine, even whether or not that's by accident or not, like, listen, bud, I'm gonna tell you this right here. We're not supposed to be giving out our names because the boss really is not a big fan of it. That's why we have to work through people. We give them special stuff and we let them do whatever they're gonna do with whatever we give them. That's all up to them. It's none of our business. But there's certain rules we gotta follow because, that's what the boss says. What I can tell you there, bud, is, the boss, you will never be able to say this name out loud. But he is referred to as the Forsaken.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to tell you there, but that's all we can tell you. I got other guys I gotta talk to. They're doing their own things. They didn't need me to help out, so I gotta leave you with that. It's been a great time. Let me know what's going on. If you got spare time in the future, we'll get a double together. Okay? And at that, he disappears from your mind again.
Oh god.
Oh,
God, just as I'm getting like used to the voice.
You broke Riley again. Well done.
it's not
God.
hard.
God. Okay. I guess after Dildrog sort of recedes from my mind, stands up.
Atlas, are you okay?
It's nothing.
Did you feel sick?
It's nothing. It's about my patron.
Oh.
I will tell you now, Atlas.
Okay.
Any time you feel the desire or the intent to express what was told to you by Dildrog, your voice fails and goes silent, and you find yourself unable to speak, and the more you push, you will begin to take much worse consequences.
Alright. And
A pact was made on your soul.
Oh yeah?
By accident for some fucking reason.
Not this time.
No. This time was on
Agreed.
purpose. You
Oh
agreed.
yeah, you're right. Oh, this is another.
You were told
pact.
what would happen.
This is another pact. Okay, gotcha. Because I thought it was
Uh-huh,
part of the initial pact that brought me to life. But oh well.
Yeah, soon you'll be on par with Rose.
Heston can still figure it out. He
Oh,
can dig it
God.
out, the old noggin.
He can certainly try.
You can certainly try, but I don't know if the pact will like also have mental inhibitions. You know what I mean?
My dude, all you have to do
It
is
very
think
well
about
might.
it.
Okay. Anyways, so afterwards, I guess he'll look towards the three remaining people there. I guess Kree would be.
There's also Kriv. And Kriv.
You know, and Kriv. Let's not forget the beautiful Kriv.
Yeah. Where'd she go?
But yeah, Atlas would just sort of simply just shake his head, just like, not much they've told me, other than other than about our previous foe, and all that nonsensical talk about. Oh, I hope they weren't a challenge for you, but other than that, nothing.
Well, did you have questions? Did you get answers for them?
Yes.
Or are you going to brood
Yes.
about it again?
Yes, but I need to brood about it. But
Do you want to brood about it with a friend? Or do you want to brood in silence?
in silence by myself, if possible.
Would you like to do, like, in silence with a friend? Or...
Didn't I say by myself?
Okay,
Gunther?
okay, I'm sorry.
It's something I have to deal with alone.
Okay.
For now. No worries, I won't discredit your willingness to help. But other than that, it's an issue I alone can deal with for now.
Alright, well, you have a good one. Alright, I'm with you.
I'm not going anywhere just yet, though. Besides, what's our next move now that we have to deal with this current infection of yours? Now that everybody else in the town has been cured.
We find whoever's next. I don't know. This might just be something where I let this be my problem. I don't know what it would be like to lose myself, but I can't give this to someone else.
There, we can find alternatives. There's no one definite, inevitable solution.
Maybe.
There's other ways.
If I do lose myself, is there no coming back from that? Or can it just, if I lose control, that doesn't mean that it can't still be removed. I don't know. I mean, I do already feel kind of bad, but I didn't really... I was putting it out of my thoughts because I knew it was going to be fine again. But now we're here, and it's not fine.
Elder Torkal, who has been with all of you throughout this whole thing, is going to speak up and say, "Look, lass, I can't say to what you're going through right now. Well, kind of can, given when that thing was controlling my brain for a bit. But what I can tell you there is my suggestion there. Find one of the asses who already loves these things, and stick the curse on one of those fucks. They want it so bad, give it back to them. The hard way."
Although,
Huh.
although great elder, that would only amplify the curse even more, which might make another one of those things we fought deep in the mountain.
It
But
might.
maybe...
So you want to make sure whatever you're sticking it in, you've got it well trapped and secured.
Phrasing.
And
Crazy.
also
An
that it's
accent.
not being...
An accent. He is Scottish, not Canadian.
Yeah, it's that's a I grew up with that accent. It's really hard to get out of.
Refer to not safe for work again for now, Tolkov or whatever. God damn.
In any case, hearing about containment and just like Atlas will go.
Wasn't that Hestian's idea?
Wasn't it
No,
Hestian
that
or
was
it
mine.
No, that was literally Hestian. We could trap this thing. Like, that's
Oh.
literally what Hestian said.
But you were at the meat house.
That was
so-
after... Okay.
No, that's whenever we were
I
all
think we
talking
all
to
had-
those in the cave.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Hestian flat out said, well, what if we could transfer it to something else that we could trap?
I
Like,
think multiple people...
literally verbatim.
No, that
I
know.
was not there for the
So,
early parts
I
of the
know you
session,
said that.
I can't blame you.
Hestian, you did bring up that idea, and at this point, Torcall is agreeing with you. But he's also saying that if you're gonna have to transfer it to someone, transfer it to the fucks who want it, and then trap one of their fuckers for basically eternity with that thing so he can't get out.
How are we gonna trap it? Could we?
We're not
Hestian's
high
already
enough level
working
for
on
that
that.
spell.
Yeah, Hestian's already working on that.
Yeah, we got
Okay,
time.
let's assume that we can't find a solution fast enough. And I do lose myself to this. Do we have a way to trap me? If I still have control, I'll go wherever I need to or do whatever I need to do. But I mean, maybe I am very hard to trap for many reasons. A lot of reasons.
Well,
But
listen,
you could-
Loss, I hate to say it, but you might need to be stuck in a box with no holes to it.
yeah. Although, if I'm not stuck in a box with no holes, well, it's not a good box, I'll freeze to death. I guess that kills me. I guess that transfers the thing.
To which there is a voice that some of you recognize. Walking down the mountain. As she says,
Yes.
it would also mean you would be trapped and unable to ingest any air to maintain your fire, little Tharn.
Yeah. How much of that did you hear?
Enough.
Okay.
She looks to the rest of you and says, "Thank you for doing your best to tend to this one. I know she can get herself into trouble more than she should."
I don't know if I did this one this time. Did I? I mean, it's not like... Maybe I did. Is this my fault?
You did nothing. You are merely victim to circumstance.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta remember which sibling is this. Let me pull
This
up
is-
Riley's DMs. Let me pull
This
up
is
Riley's- hot
Stad
one.
now. She's the hot
all-
one. Yes, they're all hot.
So it's Stad
The
now.
one that you're trying to sleep with
Egregiously so.
constantly. Wait.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
Stad.
it's the hot one. It's the one that Hestian has a.
So it's
Yeah,
Bull
the
Stad
one he's
now.
trying to gain like materials for.
This is also
I mean-
the one that is, like, the Gon to Elder Torcall. The first one pulled from the mountain.
So it's
She's
Stad
the
now.
coolest. She's the coolest one. We have
Stad.
the cool one, the big/old one, the young one, and then this little goober on the ground in front of you.
Well, I mean,
God.
more accurately, there's the one that's been out the longest, the
Yes.
one most in tune with arts and music, the one that is theoretically
Right.
the oldest and remembers the most. You have the one that is the smallest, and then you have the one you know who's just a shit disturber.
Uh-huh.
I just like look towards Golstad
The-
now.
The
and just,
largest
like,
of her sisters is like 5 times Gonthar's size.
Yeah, but just I
Great.
just look to her and I'm like, and look to Stad now and then to Gonthar and then like, yep, you're definitely
Hi.
the youngest sibling, Thar.
Oh, what do you mean by younger exactly? I'm not much smaller than her. I don't think. Am I?
You'll know when you're older.
I don't think I checked.
You'll know when you're older.
Atlas, I'm pretty sure I'm a lot older than you.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Than any of you.
Age.
We don't know how long,
is-
but
Age
That
is
seems
not
like Age's
exactly
concept.
something that we concern ourselves with. We more
they
concern
said I was
ourselves
around
with
like
the
a century, probably.
time spent outside of the heat of the lava, because it
Yeah.
is within that time that we have learned to be more than simply existing.
I
And
kinda
by
liked
that
simply
measure,
existing.
you are
I
the
didn't feel like this.
youngest.
Okay.
We all felt that way, Tharn, at some point. But the more time you spend up here, the more you enjoy it, and the more you learn about what it has to give you. If I
like-
can suggest, and she's going to look to Vinkosh on this one. I have been informed you come from one of the high mountains, do you not?
I have.
I think it would be wise to take little Tharn there. You may encounter a quarry along the way, but if you want people who can successfully find, track, and capture something alive, those with your training are probably best suited for it.
Moving on to the next character backstory.
Yeah.
Alright then.
Yes.
So I guess we're going to your homeland then, Raven Kosh. Be like home sweet home for you then.
I've been wanting to go back home for a long time.
You must be
Wait.
excited.
Isn't it really cold on the mountains? Oh.
You're made of fire. Suck it up. You have literally.
That makes
body
it
of-
worse!
Get good, scrub.
If anything, I'm not exactly excited to go home.
Oh,
Why?
This journey was supposed to help me find my purpose, and now,
now you found
no
me.
matter how long I've been gone, I have not found any.
Well, you're
Maybe you
important Hestian.
What kind of purpose are you looking for?
That's none of your business.
Womp womp.
Ouch.
Is it the kind you'll find with us?
Honestly, I don't know anymore.
Maybe we. Well, I guess you'll get some reflection back at your homeland then. Maybe a bit of talking with your mentors or something. You never know. In any case, how do we get there anyways? I haven't been there. Do we just go by cart or do we go by a ship?
It looks like it's a long way. I don't want to go by... Please don't make me go by boat.
Do you want to go by cart on land? Do you want to have Krieg just use water walking on the cart for every hour until 24 hours?
I don't know! I don't want to be overwater for a long period of time again! I will if I have to, but...
When will we be leaving?
Okay.
It's up to Vinkosh, I believe, since it is his homeland.
The road is likely to be too dangerous for the cart. We only ever travel on foot.
By foot.
So it's not by boat. Okay. I'm happy.
Lucky you then. As I
Yay!
sarcastically pat her shoulder. Just sarcastically
you.
pat. I forgot
There'll be a
to-
point in time where we may end up having to abandon the cart.
Oh,
We won't bring it then, I guess.
but I have my favorite seat. Okay.
We don't need to bring it if it requires us to hop
Alright.
off it every now and then, so we can just get some.
If I had to describe it, the mountain is surrounded by dense forest, and the closer you get, the more rockier the terrain gets.
It's best we get mounts then, just regular mounts, so I use my magic or whatever I have to, procure us some mounts, if ever.
I think the first thing you should all do is take some time to collect yourselves. You've been through a lot. Torkal will nod and agree. You're all bloody fucking heroes to us. We've nothing that could ever compare to what you've done to save the whole fucking town, but if you need anything, you'll be sure to let us know. Aight?
Okay.
I think this goes without saying, but before we leave, Hestian is going to overbearingly take him on that offer.
Of course.
Haha.
So what's a little
Yeah.
bit of
I mean-
compensation for our endeavors, but oh well.
Someone's gonna have to
Even
tell
though-
Hestian
even though-
then.
No, Hestian doesn't
Yeah.
even have to hear that. Like, he doesn't care. Before we leave here, Hestian is going to have a meeting with this guy and be like, all right, so since this, that, and this thing, what can you do for us? What have you done for me lately? Like, that's going to be a conversation that's had. Like,
Alright,
he
so
doesn't
you're
have to be
compensating
told
for
that.
something. What are you compensating for?
For the fact that
alright.
he almost died multiple times.
So, Stud now is going to wish you all a good rest while you figure out what your next steps are, and she's going to be heading back up the volcano. Torkal will, unless any of those of you who are with him at the moment and not busy getting their drink on, is going to check one last time to see if there's anything any of you need, and if not, he's going to be getting back to the work of, running this town. And he's wishing you all a good day.
I have
And-
something, actually.
Yes?
Let me find this really quick. With one hand kind of still holding the orb, I'm guessing it's floating above my hand still.
Yes.
I don't have mage hand. Sad face.
Aww.
I
I
reach
can
back
hold it for
in.
you.
I reach back into my pack with my free hand. I'm ignoring you. And I pull out the Aboleth Spawn Glistening Hide that we were able to scavenge. Could you make some armor out of this for Hestian?
Oh my god, somebody thought about me. I love you so much, Zara. Oh my god.
He takes a look over it, briefly, and says, I think we could come up with something for this. Let me talk to the other masters that aren't busy, and we'll see if any of them specialize in this kind of work.
You guys made armor for all of us, and he's the only one that didn't take it. I believe he gave his to Melvana. So
That was his request.
Yep, and I think this would be some good compensation for him if you made him something. Maybe a good upgrade for his armor, essentially.
Oh, well, let me see what I can do, and I'm sure he'll come up and make requests of his own.
Oh, he's going to. I'm just going to warn you right now.
Yeah.
There's a light chuckle as he takes the material from you, as he's still looking it over. And, I need everyone, and I mean everyone, to make me a quick dex save, please.
Oh
Dex
shit.
save?
Dex save, please.
The
The Hestian included.
1, 2, 3.
Oh
I'm
damn.
chilling on the ground. Yeah, sounds
you
alright.
I guess everybody but Hestian will get the +4 since I would
God.
probably be like near them.
Oh my god, I forgot you're
+4.
Paladin.
Yeah, I am a
Keep your
paladin.
+4. Only one person is gonna beat me even with the +4. Let's go.
Alright, so, with that, there is an explosion, cacophonous and loud. It is intense, and it causes ears to ring as you look up and there is molten rock slamming into the ground nearby. You begin moving out of the way. Most of you are able to get under some sort of cover or shelter. Gonthar, as you're a little out of it at the moment,
She's not feeling great.
you did not move in time, and so a massive rock of molten magma just sort of slams into the center of your chest. Kriv
There's
tries
probably loud
to
crack.
Kriv, trying to take flight to move Gonthar before it happens, is also hit grazingly by the same rock. You are going to be
This is
taking
gonna be a pain to repair.
that.
For me, as this happens, I just turn and I cast shield, and anything that would be hitting me is hitting my shield.
Gonthar, you are taking 23 bludgeoning and 23 fire damage.
Pebble is dead.
Again. Gonthar just kind of shrugs that off, but her shell is very cracked. And one or two fingers might have broken off.
And
that
as this
I have to repair
happens,
that.
you all look up to the top of the mountain. It's begun erupting.
What?
And Torkal yells to get everyone to the nearest shelter now.
No.
It's always
No.
Man.
Well, Rodden. Alright, we're moving!
Okay, I jump.
Phantom Steed, and I'll be like, anyone want to hitch a ride?
Gonthar is kind of in shock at this. She's kind of grappling with a bit of shit right now, realizing that this is a thing that can... She's been told that volcanoes erupt and that this can happen. It is a very different thing seeing your home doing this. She does not react very quickly.
I'm still with Gonthar, and I'm like, I'm going
You're gonna have to grab her.
Yeah, I grab her along the way as I ride on the steed. I'm like, Gonthar, now's not the time to overthink things. We got to help the city, or the town rather.
There is this. I described it a bit before. I don't think you're here for it. It's happening again. This time it's much more distressed. There's a high-pitched kind of whistling sound coming from her, which is a sound you've heard variations of the sound before. I haven't really described it out of character, but sounds she makes from time to time. There's a very high-pitched kind of kettle-like whistling. But it's actually a slightly lower pitch, and the sounds kind of like longer almost, and sounds quite distressed, and it's kind of just emanating from her in short bursts. She eventually responds. Yeah, let's go.
If you want to break off and help others, tell me.
You all begin moving.
I literally jumped down the thing.
Oh, I know.
Spread wings halfway down.
Yep. I'm assuming that all of you are getting to moving people somewhere indoors and out of the direct line of debris.
Yes.
Thar wants to go back into the volcano.
Which
there are a lot of individuals inside the volcano right now.
There is.
That's true.
As, you know, half the damn town is inside the volcano.
There's also a bunch of golem there.
As the
she's running
eruption is
back in the
going
volcano.
on, you are running back to the volcano. You see that people are, at least for those who are inside of the volcano, dragging people inside of houses and closing the doors. It's easy to tell. It has been a long time since, but this is not the first time this has happened to this town. They live on a volcano. They are aware of the risks. But at the same time, they have also practiced ways to deal with it. Everyone who can be is being moved inside of shelters, either inside of the volcano in the town itself, or into a basement, usually used for storage, inside of the mead house.
Is this one of those like naturally occurring eruptions, or is this like something that is unnatural? Because considering that Atlas is from Goliosamon and has probably experienced like multiple eruption in his lifetime.
So, you don't know if this is natural or artificial. You know it's an eruption. You know a boom is happening. But you don't know if it's natural or not.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll probably have to go back up to the mountain to do that, but other than that, yeah, just gonna help out.
I feel like I've been through these before, but I was always deeper in the volcano.
You would know. I will say.
I don't know what it's like up here.
I will say, Gonthar, you do know that deeper in the volcano, when these eruptions happen, usually a lot of lava gets moved around. Most of the gone down below are relatively unharmed.
Yeah, it's from her perspective, when these things used to happen, she was just chilling and thought that it was fun. Like the ground around her was shaking and moving, and she was just along for the ride. The thought was almost like, I wonder where this is going to take me. Now, from this perspective, the vibe is extremely different.
Yes, it is. Vinkosh. Alright, actually, you know what? We're going to go through this list one at a time. We're going to start with Vinkosh. What are you doing to help get people out of the line of debris?
He's just... I honestly don't really know what I can do to help. So he's just trying to direct people to shelter.
Yeah, directing to people to shelter, physically picking up and carrying those who are unable to move, removing boulders from on top of people who were hit by various debris. There's any number of things that can be done in a rescue effort. So, if you're going with directing people to shelters, I'm gonna say I'm going to need... Let's get a perception check from you to be able to spot people who are running around in a panic so you can get them the directions they need. Alright, 18, solid. Alright, it is absolutely chaos down below, but this isn't the first disaster you've been in. So you at least have some idea on how to get people's attention, especially those who look like they don't know where they're going, and you are directing them as needed. We'll go down next to Zara. What are you doing?
How big are the debris that's coming towards us?
They're varying in size. There's rocks that are, about as small as about, your fist, all the way up to boulders that look like they would just pancake you.
I am gonna keep an eye out for anything that looks like it's gonna hit somebody, and if it looks like it's on track to hit somebody, I am literally going to be doing shooting stars, matching missile, to destroy them before they hit anybody.
Fabulous.
While trying to get them to safety.
Give me, let's say...
I mean, it's literally an automatic hit. I can just do, perception.
I know. I was gonna say, give me an Arcana check. Because there are a lot of boulders flying around, so
20,
yes.
dirty.
With a dirty 20, like, there's a lot of debris. There's a lot of dangerous rubble falling down. But you're not just guaranteeing an auto hit. You're targeting specific parts of these rocks to change their direction as they're falling. Some you cannot just blow up as they're falling. Some you can only change what angle they're falling at. And with each of those, you hit them at just the right spot, causing the debris to narrowly miss people in multiple instances.
How many of those would I have used?
Currently, you've probably had to use a total of, I'm gonna say, about 7 of those stars total.
Okay. Noted.
Alright. Gonthar, you're up next. What are you doing to help people?
She's not actually going straight for the people. She is going to the volcano. She's going into the volcano so she can see.
You're riding with me though.
I know. But what she right now, her thoughts aren't on the people as much as they are on the going inside, but then again, like, she just has to see. Just needs that little bit of ascertaining that there aren't a bunch of Gon being caught up in this and getting launched out of the volcano. Is that they cannot survive outside of the volcano.
Give me a
if they're already launched
perception
out, they need to
check.
get relocated or they will die. Okay. 17.
Okay.
I'm not going to use anything on that. Dang way it is.
Okay. So, with the 17, you look up to the sky, the various debris being thrown out of the volcano. It's not impossible for Gon to be grabbed and thrown about when that happens. Usually they're all too deep for that to happen in the volcano, but it's certainly not impossible. As you are looking up, you do not immediately see anything that looks like Gon being thrown out with the lava.
Okay.
Alright.
We can find them if we need to.
Atlas.
Well, let's go to the people.
Alright. I'm gonna do so the steed lasts for an hour, so I'm gonna first find the biggest cart that is hitchable to this steed. Do that, and then I'm gonna start running around. I'm gonna, as a miner would, if there were any boulders that are sort of pinning people in a way, I'll just start to break through the stone, get them out, and then transport them to a much safer location.
Alright, I'm going to want an athletics check from you if you're removing boulders from on top of people.
Would that be considered with advantage because I am...
In this case, yes, this is actually something you are very familiar with.
Okay.
It wouldn't be the first time disaster rescue has had to happen in a mine shaft. You would know from experience.
Yeah, unfortunately the last one killed me. But anyways, 23.
With a 23, you move around on the steed. There are people moving around to help get people out of situations already, but there are boulders that have landed that have trapped people inside of buildings, stuff that's fallen on top of certain people in various ways. And you use every bit of strength that your undead form has, and with Rot Cleanser to act as something to assist in the physics of it all, you are removing boulders from on top of people as others are pulling them out from underneath and carrying them to shelters. Lastly, we're coming to Hestian. You're in the mead hall when this starts going off. What are you doing to get people to safety?
So, like, is the meat hall falling in or anything?
It's not falling in, but there's been at least several large chunky boulders that have just plowed through the ceiling and either crashed in between people or some have actually hit a few people directly.
Well, the people that would be hit directly, as these boulders are coming in, Hestian will be straight up just fucking vortex warping people out of the way. And
Fabulous.
I mean, just generally trying to point people out of danger. Anyone who gets caught underneath anything, just kind of getting them to safety, I guess, is what he'd be doing,
Fabulous.
really.
For that, I'm going to want, let's see here, I'm going to want an Arcana roll on that one.
Cool. One of my actual shittiest rolls. Yep, fantastic. I don't like that roll, so I'm going to re-roll it, because I can.
Okay. A 15.
I'd like to add a D8 to that if I could.
You can.
21.
Alright.
Apparently a funny number.
With the 21, the shaking that threw everyone off mere moments ago gets you into a state of alertness. You see boulders tearing through the ceiling, some about to hit people you were just drinking with, and you twist your magic to get them out of the line of fire and close to the bar, where you know there is an entrance into a shelter which is built normally for storage purposes, but it is beneath the meat house itself. And people are all running and trudging boulders as best they can. Those who are about to be hit, you are twisting magic around to get them out of the line of danger and closer to the entryway for the shelter. There's a few people who do still get hit, but nothing critical, and you're able to still get as many people as you can into the shelter underneath, as you can just hear the sounds of various things being broken and shattered and crashed into above by this eruption. Very good rolls, everyone, actually.
Get to the safety.
After some time, the eruption comes to an end. There's a tentative silence, followed by relief. Those of you who are down below, at this point I believe it's Vinkosh, Zara, Hestian, who are the three of you down below at the meat house in that shelter at the moment. Just based on where you are in the map. As you are sitting there, in this silence, in the tense relief that comes just after something has stopped, you hear someone just call out of nowhere, to which is responded to with a bunch of groans and ugh, as one of the hunters calls out, "I won the bet on when the next eruption would be! Where do I pick it up?"
Shut
oh my
up.
god. Oh my god!
This is... they have a betting pool for when these happen.
You fucker. I love you.
Oh, God.
Who is this man?
It's just one of the hunters. He looks like someone who, like, put a bet on an empty slot in the expected when it'll go off. It's just like, yeah, I know I'll never win this. It's like, fuck yeah, I won? Why did I win today?
Oh, God.
The
Man,
very
he's already having a long day.
bad joke breaks the silence, the groaning and the just, oh my, you so not the time, asshole, that comes from the entire room. Just cuts the tension in half and people start slowly filtering out of the shelters to take a look at the damage. Inside of the volcano, Atlas, Gonthar, and I think Kriar is in there with you as well, but the player's not here,
he
so...
probably would be.
Those of you looking through the shelters inside the volcano, there's a few buildings that are sort of, trapped, closed up, as there is, lava that has, formed around and cooled the on top of the entryways to this building. As you get out, there's people with pickaxes just, like, tearing those open just to make a hole for air to go in, and they're doing fairly well. The recovery is going efficiently. This is, by far, not the worst of these that these people have ever had to deal with.
Yeah. They clearly know what they're doing.
Like, there's talk about the eruption that can be overheard inside by some of the older folk inside the settlement, where there's a few here and there going, I can't remember the last time we had one of these. What was that? 13 summers ago? Oh, something like that.
13? Does that have... That one happens every time, same amount of times as the winters do, right?
Sorry, the question is, how often do summers happen?
Yeah, do they happen as often as winters? They do, right?
Yes, child. It goes with,
right.
the first months,
It goes
the ones of
snow,
water and growth, then the months
and
of
then-
fire, where it is warm,
Okay.
and then the months of earth, where, things are, going to sleep or returning to earth.
That's where plants also... You take the plants out, and then it snows.
And then you have the month of winter, where...
And then the water comes back again. Right.
Correct.
13 of those?
Oh yeah, it's been a while.
Ah. Huh.
But...
That was 13 years? I remember last time I felt that. I think. Was that a...
Down below, as you are coming out of the shelter, the mead house has a lot of holes in the walls. The building itself is more or less intact, though. Fortunately, it does look like it can be repaired, and people, once they finish cleaning up, can get back to their drinking. You were saying, Gonthar?
Sorry. I remember the last time... I think the last time when these happen, usually it shakes stuff around. Like down below, we just kind of... It feels like there's a lot of movement all of a sudden. It's just kind of fun, honestly. Last one... That was 13 years? Wow. Does not feel very long.
13 years.
Oh. Sorry, I don't is everyone okay?
So...
Oh. I should check and see if any of what fell out had any going on. I need to
Go
go.
do that.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Gonthar, you get looking. Atlas, because of your
Yeah.
expertise, I assume you're going to be helping with, like, chipping people out of their houses so they can, not be stuck inside.
Yeah.
Down below, Hestian, Zara, Vinkosh, as the three of you are stepping out of the shelter and you're seeing the damage, you are also seeing that from the top of the mountain, there's a lot more black smoke up there than usual.
This is a mess. Not really much we can do about it, though.
You're right there, but you know what? It could always be worse. Doesn't look like many people got hurt all that badly. The voice of one of the other master smiths behind you, Domhnall Earthweaver. just walks up from behind you all, slapping you all each on the back one at a time, and just says, "You don't have to worry about helping us with this. This sort of thing happens all the time. Yeah, it's not even that rare, all things considered. You get into the shelter, you wait it out, and then you rebuild and you move on with your life. We've got this. You've all got things to do, I'm sure. Plus, I mean, it's not like Wrath is pissed again."
I see. I look at the
Okay, I'll take
top
the
of
bait.
the
Oh.
I look at the top of the mountain, back at the him. The smoke seems a lot darker than usual, you know.
It'll be like that for a bit. We'll have to make sure people are covering their faces while walking around just so they don't breathe too much in.
What is wrath that you speak of?
Oh, that's right. You're new. Wrath is, the dove, that first occupied, this here mountain. Long time back. First born of rage, actually. Has a habit of having a bad attitude. And, well, between us, gets a little pissy when, any other dove try to, even go near current or former territories of his. But I ain't seen one of those happen, so what could go wrong?
You say that. You say that.
You're not there, Atlas.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, my bad. I was helping out the town. My bad. Where'd it? Okay, there. Sorry.
So,
Hestian kind of gets a frustrated look on his face as he kind of looks around and realizes there was a dove here the whole time. Well, I suppose if the dove would have done its job and protected this area to begin with, we wouldn't have had this problem with another dove encroaching upon its territory.
I mean, I did also include former territory. Wrath ain't been seen in these parts for, long enough that most of the young folk here weren't even alive for it. I think Otorkal's the only one old enough to really remember the details, but he left at some point. This is a former territory. And also,
so yet another dove that doesn't protect its territory or serve much use in the world at all.
You do need to understand when it comes to the dove. We are like aunts to them. They don't need to care about us. Whether that's good or bad, it is simply the way they are.
Then they should be brought down from their pedestals they're put upon. And Hestian gathers that demeanor again of frustration and just storms off.
You live in the territory of a dove, you get used to certain things. I hope the two of you are alright, as he's now looking at Zara and Vinkosh.
I'm well enough.
Zara kind of waves it off. How long were we stuck down there again?
It took about 4 hours for the eruption to come to an end.
I guess I'm attuned to the thing again.
You absolutely could be.
I would be. Yep.
Alright, fabulous. So, you get on with your day. You get on to whatever activities you would want to be doing. Helping rebuild, doing some sort of studying. Whatever it is, you're able to make progress on it. And most of the shelters are put back into perhaps not the best state, but a livable state by the end of the day. So you're able to rest, contemplate your next moves. Do you all know what it is you want to do next?
We have a few. We have a few options, but I feel like Vinkosh, Vinkosh's like area, homeland-ish, is a good way to start, considering
Yeah.
Yuslav Gontar is still infected.
Vinkosh, your home has had to deal with the infection too, right? Or was
It has
been-
not.
Are you
Well,
asking
they
is this in or out of character is what I want to know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Good question. I'm not certain.
I'm asking Robin.
Well, at this point, the
Okay,
question
well,
is
I know.
both in and out of character. Is, do you all know where it is you are needing to go next?
Where we were told Vinkosh's homeland.
Vinkosh's homeland has probably a bunch of very skilled hunters and trappers. And I'm sure at this point, they've probably had the infection come to their doorstep. If not, I'm not contagious currently. I don't know how long that'll last. But we can go to them, see if they're dealing with anything, and if not, we can get some try to get some hunters and trackers to help us track down, I guess, the next possible candidates for bearing the root of this plague.
I will say, with the completion of this next long rest and waking up in the morning, you may apply your level ups.
Ray, I want to hit this one key.
Yay. Yay.
And so, out of game, you all know you're going towards Vinkosh's home. In game,
Yeah.
what are people looking to do?
I need to know when exactly we are going to leave.
Yeah.
Because
Whether or not you rush is going to be up to you as the group. You can take some time to
Okay.
rest, recover, do some activities.
Do you have
we were
stuff you're
yelled
trying
at.
to... What stuff are you trying to do?
I have a few things. Well, let's see. I want to get Hestian's armor made
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
or
wait for, like,
upgraded or whatever.
feel like just upgraded since he doesn't want to part with the armor, I believe.
And I want to do something with the arcane amplifier and my halberd that I got. By the way, was never ever once described.
You gotta. Since when?
I know, right? It's like all of you got your weapons described and I didn't.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you got a weapon.
Yeah, we never.
I know,
did.
right? It's like I got it looked over.
You so you literally kept it from. Oh wow.
I-
I have a
Oh,
halberd.
God.
I have no use for it.
Can I have it?
No. No, I'm actually using it to do testing with making weapons,
Okay, that's fair.
which I haven't had a chance to because I took forever to do Ghost.
Dagger. Oh, to do the dagger, yeah. You're right. Oh, well.
Alright.
Did Robin just forget to give you the weapon?
No.
Is this the...
No, I know I have it, just never got described.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. If I recall correctly, I believe you wanted to be a little secretive as to what it looked like until you were ready.
It's a halberd.
Okay.
But
Alright.
I asked you to send me the details, and then you skipped over me and went to the next person.
Ah, did I?
I asked you to DM them to me just so I had them so you could edit them like on the fly, and I wouldn't lose them in chat.
Did I
That was
not?
why I asked you to DM it to me.
Well, my bad.
We already went over this too.
You do have the stats and everything, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous.
I know I have something I would like to do. Because I know Zara is learning Tongue of the Origins. While he's doing that, I want to learn martial weapons. Or at least specifically the ones I'm using. So that I can start actually adding my proficiency bonus to my attack rolls.
Oh god.
Which I haven't been doing for a little while now. So it's not proficient.
You want to start adding the training for the exotic weapons?
Wait, it was... Yeah, was it exotic or martial?
It was exotic. You needed.
I think I have martial and yeah, okay. Yeah, whichever one it was. I actually already started a while ago. I think it was around the time that Zara started. No, it was a bit after when he started. I started learning it a bit after Zara started learning Tongue of the Origins, but I haven't been in a town to have someone teach me. So I haven't been tracking the progress.
For a while, because you've been busy?
Yeah. So now that we have some time...
You do.
I also would like to.
How long the group spends in Goliospan at this point is up to you. If you want to just spend time getting some studies done, getting new equipment made, yada yada, you can easily just spend your time doing that. It is not impossible. In fact, it's actually relatively easy. The question is really just going to be a question of how long you want to spend.
I still have 30 days on that thing, and I would like to relatively soon. Because once I'm done with this, I would like to start learning some Tongue of the Origin from Zara.
Fabulous.
I can't even do that because I haven't learned it yet.
I know, which is why I'm waiting for you to learn it.
Alright, so what we'll do is, in preparation for the next leg of your adventure, Zara, you're spending your time focusing on getting Tongue of Origins done. If I'm correct,
said what I wanted to do.
That's why I'm asking you. Was that what you wanted to do? What is it you're wanting to do?
I messaged you.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't always see notifications, and I don't hear them because I have Discord muted while I'm streaming.
Okay, but you don't have our voices muted, do you? Are we?
No.
Robin's just talking to themselves and reacting to nothing.
I'm being crazy. It's okay. I'm just totally normal.
It's alright. Actually, this is all ventriloquism, and Robin is secretly ventriloquizing all of our voices.
Alright, so
Zara, I want to do that. I want to work on the Tongue of the Origins, and I want to...
Are these things you want to do privately without witnesses, or do you care if other people are here for this?
Technically, the characters have seen my halberd. Oh, it's like, eh.
They saw... You know what I'm gonna do?
They saw my halberd.
Yeah.
You want a new fancy reveal for the players?
Well, no, I know what we're going to do.
Oop.
Zara.
This is hot.
You ask Key to return the weapon that he consumed so quickly before, so that you can do some alterations as need be. And as he does, this halberd does not have the same shape it did when he swallowed it. when he releases it, it looks quite differently shaped. Would you like to describe it?
No, I actually wouldn't.
Oh yes.
This is why I asked if you wanted to do this in private.
This is why I keep on saying halberd.
Okay.
Well, then, to keep that bit for later, we will say that you are working in private with this halberd. And while you see the shape has changed, the others don't get to.
Yay.
You'll get
I
to
love
hold
shit
on
like
to that
this.
for now.
God, yes. Please sit on information. Keep your secrets.
You
Love
get,
'em.
you'll get to fuck with Gonthar about that all you want for now. Oh, you are going to be having Key release the halberd back to you. What are you wanting to do when it comes to this? About this orb?
I want to figure out a way to fashion it to my halberd so I can keep it safe in its extra dimensional plane when Key eats it. But it also, I guess, adds to the halberd?
Potentially, yes. I'm going to say I need an Arcana roll from you, Zara.
Where's the thing? And I leveled up, so yeah, I had to do that. There, done. 14.
Are you
I'm gonna use a
satisfied?
sorcery point to reroll that.
Okay.
Dirty 20, I'll make that a 23 with luck
Fabulous.
points.
Fabulous.
Funny.
So, with a 23, there's a spot towards the center where he gets involved, guiding your hand to find a spot where the orb can be affixed to your halberd. And you go through a lengthy process by yourself in order to ensure that it is connected. You're not sure if the two are affecting each other in some way, but it is now at least physically attached to your weapon. And Key is going to look at you and simply ask, you want me to do the thing again?
Still have words carved on this damn thing.
You do?
I'm gonna take... if I remember correctly, when I had the words carved on everything, you said I'd have advantage when I go to enchant it, right?
I want to say yes, because you took the time to plan those out and get those ready in advance.
Okay. Then I will use, because I'm just going to do this all right now, and start doing what I have to do. I have one enchanted ink vial of Fire Lily that I will use for this. And I will use... I'll use a T-Rex Titan Robust Essence for this. Yeah.
Alright, so the Fire Lily ink, the Titan Rex Essence. Was that everything you wanted to use?
I believe so.
Fabulous. Alright, I am making a note of that. So, you are going to be beginning this particular process.
How many hours?
One moment, please. Let me find the thing on enchanting.
It was like 40 hours or something.
Alright, let's see here. For this is going to be an 80-hour item.
Jesus.
I
80
believe,
hour. Okay.
I believe it said void. I'll look back and note or in our discussions because I think I have it somewhere in there.
I believe you.
But I do remember what I wanted it to do.
Yes. So, it is going to be an 80-hour thing for the amount of time it's going to take you to enchant this.
It's about slightly under a week straight.
So, for the enchanting check, I will need you to roll that, but you do have the advantage on the roll.
It's Arcana, yeah.
Correct.
26.
Oh yeah.
Fabulous. Alright.
Oh, does the 80 hours get lessened any by my intelligence score? I can't remember.
As far as I am aware, it does not, but I will go through various notes and I will get back to you on that.
Okay, I know it's for learning, like, the armor
Yes.
and everything else.
The intelligence score of your teacher affects how quickly you learn it.
Right, you're correct.
Unfortunately, your intelligence does not do all that much. No, it's fair. It's a valid question. That's why I'm clarifying it for everyone else as well. But yes, Zara, you have everything ready, and now that you have the time, you're able to actually sit down and focus on this.
Huzzah!
I have held out on this for long enough. I'm just gonna get this done.
Fabulous.
I will probably, once I apply this and I spend the first day, doing this, depending on whatever time that we have, I'll have Key re-eat this thing, and then every day I'm probably just going to resummon it and pump more energy into it.
So is he doing what dogs do, where they vomit stuff back up and then eat the vomit and then?
Fuck.
No.
What?
No, don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna say a no on that one. We're just gonna go with a no.
I'm casting a permanent silence on Gunthar.
Please.
Whatever.
I'm okay with this.
Yes, I'm okay with it too.
Okay, Riley, you have to mute.
Alright, so that's what you're working on for the next
She did
bit.
it.
Didn't think she would.
Alright. Does anyone else have stuff they're wanting to do to prepare for the next leg of the journey while Zara is working on that? I know Gunthar is wanting to work on learning exotic weapons.
So how long are we sticking around here again? Sorry.
For long. Yeah, that's a good question. You have to
Currently, we are figuring that out. That is why we're being asked what all we want to work on.
SDN is trying to learn jewel crafting. He needs 30 days to do it. So whatever everyone else is doing, he's doing that during that time.
I also need 30 days to learn my thing.
Okay. So, sounds like you're all looking at a minimum of 30 days before you continue on the next leg of your journey.
Atlas, what are you doing?
I'm gonna find if any of the ships are willing to take us. Well, are we? No, we're not taking ships. Sorry, we're going by on foot and horseback. So I'm gonna buy some.
So I will stop you just real quick. Just keep in mind, going by foot, mounts are kind of not a huge thing. Like there's animals used to pull carts, but there's not a whole lot of riding of creatures. Just as the FYI, you can't exactly go to a store and buy a horse. So.
Yeah. So I have to be the one. I need a cart. Shit. Oh well. I'm gonna buy if with my so limited amount of scales. I'm gonna buy some potions if they have some sort of regularly strictly medicinal potions like healing potions and all that sort of
There
thing.
are people who do that sort of crafting in this area. Um, Generally, like a lot of their stock is either used for emergencies, for tending to people in need, or they're bought up by like various hunters or local guards, as they're basically trying to oh, handle stuff. And God, I feel awkward, but I have to pause for 2 seconds. I will hopefully be back before we end, but apparently my body is desperately telling me it needs the bathroom.
Damn.
It's like 2
So,
minutes. 5.
I will be back in a couple minutes. I do apologize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Right, I apologize. I am back.
You're fine. I also messaged you something really quick.
Come on
Oh,
back,
fabulous. Thank you for letting me know.
Mm-hmm.
Robin. You're lucky. You no longer have to worry about me asking to make armor bag this fire damage. I can just do it now.
Sorry, what now?
Nothing. I just, my breading capabilities have improved.
Cool. So, let's,
Sorry.
for the last 10 minutes we still have in the session tonight, let's finish up with what we were doing, and then you will all have time between this session and next to, like, discuss details of plans. Atlas, you were wanting to talk about what you wanted to work on, yes?
I'm gonna probably buy some material or buy some supplies, like
Absolutely.
potions and like all that. Like anything, like yeah, potions, maybe food. Food, since considering Vinkosh is a cook.
Mm-hmm.
He might need some all that. I'm basically the guy that's the procure supplies type of guy. Everybody else is doing their own thing.
You're doing the shopping?
I'm doing the shopping. Yes, I'm doing the shopping.
Thanks for
Are...
the errands.
So, Atlas, I'm compelled to ask a couple of questions. One of which is,
Yes.
when it comes to food stuff, are you getting, like, regular food, or are you looking to get, like, special ingredients for Vinkosh?
Well, that's up to him. I haven't asked him yet. I was planning. Well, I would have told him I was gonna go shopping for food, and if there was like anything in particular he would like.
Nothing you can get me is. There's literally nothing you can get me. Like, all of this is from hunts.
Oh. Even spices?
I mean, you can give me basic cooking supplies, but nothing that'll actually be magical.
I mean, but do you? Oh, you don't. But do you have cooking supplies? Because I can get you those, Vinkosh. I'm literally the guy with the shopping list. On top of my list, the other list.
No, I'm good.
Alright, okay, then I'll buy more or less likely just like healing potions if there are non-emergency healing potions available. If they're not, well, I'm probably just gonna uh I'm gonna, since Pebble is dead, I'm just gonna do another find steed. I'm gonna make this a war horse now. Yeah, I said it. I'm making it a war horse instead of an elk now.
I mean...
Sweet.
I'm gonna say go ahead and change over Pebble's stats to be that of a warhorse, but flavor-wise, you've never... Warhorses aren't a thing yet. So you're just making
You
Pebble
have
a
a
little
battle.
thicker, a little juicier. A little
battle
more
elk.
rock hard.
He's
I mean,
God,
mean-
what the hell? Oh God.
all right,
am-
Robin.
Oh God.
Fucking spray bottle.
Where's
Yeah.
the yeah? Where's the spray?
So, alright, jokes aside. So, you're gonna be doing shopping, thinking about getting supplies and materials. That's gonna be
Yes.
your thing to help out. I know you had skills you did want to work on.
Did I?
Were you not working on before exotic weapons and armor?
That was Gonthar, my DM. That
I was
Gonthar.
working on. Initially, I'd worked on armor, but
Yeah,
that was
you
a
worked
while
on
ago.
armor initially. Atlas, the first one you worked on, if I recall correctly, was you did weapon first, so you could wield Rot Cleanser.
Oh yeah, you're right. I wasn't able to do armor yet, so I would have done that. So that means I couldn't wear my breastplate yet. What am I thinking? I would've probably used-
Well, strictly speaking, you can wear it, but there are negative detractors when you wear armor you are not proficient in, like being unable to cast spells.
Oh, then I would have been able to. Oh well.
It's fine.
We can
It's-
retcon it so that I'm wearing scale
It's for
mail.
next time. For next
Yep.
time. It's not a concern right now. But during this month, while other people are learning stuff, you can, like, get that training done on the exotic armors.
Yeah, that works.
Like, the shopping can be done during that training. It's not going to take that long.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, Hestian, you're working on learning jewel crafting, which is fabulous.
aside from that, I mean, during my, like the night before it gets too dark, Hestian would head out to try to find some herbs and whatnots as well during this downtime.
Absolutely. We've got 30 days we're going to be able to go through at the start of next session, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm just trying to make sure I have a solid plan on what people are going to be doing for their rest time. Vinkosh, is there any particular training or whatnot that you want to be going through?
Vinkosh wants to at least get the rest of the recipes and try to get the wool he needs for that project he wants to do.
Absolutely. If you're looking for wool, yeah, definitely. We can make sure part of next session is you going through the process to track down an animal that has wool and finding.
Well, he wanted to buy it from the shop.
Oh, well, I mean that works too. You can absolutely do that. Regular or magically craftable materials are you looking for?
Just regular.
Fabulous. Okay, we can absolutely get to that during next session. Fabulous. So, you're doing that, you're gathering recipes, you're doing all of these things. Fabulous. So I can make a mental note of for myself for how we're going to be getting that done. Zara, I see you've got an offer for everyone.
With 80 hours for this, it's only going to take me about 5 to 6 days. I know you don't have the stats for this thing yet, which is perfectly fine. But if anyone wants me to enchant their weapons, I can.
Yeah, well, like my gauntlets.
But
enchanted.
You will have to tell me what you want.
What do you mean, like, I don't, like, just like...
Because what I've been doing is I've been putting void stuff on my stuff on stuff I've made. If you want flame dagger or fucking wind dagger, I don't know, anything. What element do you want? What exactly are you looking for? And that would be what I have to write onto your thing, and then Gunthar would have to probably help me with putting it on or engraving it into the weapon and everything. And then etc. So you guys gotta tell me what you want. Yada yada yada. I have a shit ton of essences. I have 1, 2 I have 2 potents and 1, 2, 3, 4 robust. Robusts are rare and potents are very rare.
Do you need any ink?
I have 1 left, so I would need ink for any others going forward. The ink I have is the glow moss.
Alright, I have mats out the ass. For stuff like that. If you want any new inks though, I would definitely need some essences for the mats themselves.
I mean, let's see, like, how many of you need, let's see, I can give you 1 or 2 robust.
Hold on, let me see what I got right now. I know I got
This goes for weapons and armor. I believe you can do it to armor, right? Maybe? I have no idea.
You can So you can absolutely put enchantments on armor. They are separate from the enchantments you can put on weapons, but you can absolutely put enchantments on armor. But just like with weapons, you've got to think about what you're trying to enchant it to do, what you want the intended effect to be, how much resources and power you're putting into it, etc., etc.
Yep. So
I will say I used my last essence to fucking talk to Naru douchebag asshat.
Talk to the boss. I'll give you 2 robusts. A robust from a water elemental and a robust from I have no idea what it was anymore.
You are, I will say, before we end, when we begin next session, if there's, like, things you all want to go out for, that you don't have the scales to buy, but you know, hey, this is a resource I'm going to need for the thing I'm doing this month, You can ask others to come along with you on short hunts to gather the last resources you need to make whatever it is you're doing.
That would be fun.
Because the amount of time it will take you to do that is considerably less than if you were just staying in town working on stuff and waiting for someone else to find it and bring it to town and to sell it so you could buy it. But that will be a consideration for next time. If you all need to, like, pause your project to go and find a thing, you can do that and come back to them when you're done.
But, if you want something, I can at least do, like, 1 or 2, but I also want to finish... I will finish, the Tongue of Origins, and I will probably be close to finishing my exotic armor. Because I still have 22 days on that.
You know what I want.
I messaged what I have an idea of for Rot Cleanser. I messaged you in Discord.
Fabulous.
I
Alright.
want to keep it secret between Mike and I for now, so that
That's fine.
Just...
I mean, tell Robin too, because
Yeah,
oh yeah,
tell
sure.
Robin.
Let me.
Because if Robin wants me to do the role, they can just tell me to do it throughout the week, and I can be done.
Yeah. I'll also let you
Alright.
know. Mine's not secret, but I'll still let you guys know.
Fabulous. With
I will
that,
have-
yeah, no, we've got, you all have plenty of logistics to talk about, but it is time for us to end this session. So,
Hands off.
for all of you who have been watching, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. And I hope all of you players, you had as much fun as I was hoping you would with the fuckery and adventure that is the story.
Yeah.
For now,
Or...
that is going to be it for me. I'm going to get going because I have to walk a dog and do all of the lovely things I do at this hour. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Yeah.